What's happening? What's happening with it? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, and y'all do me a favor as you come in the building. Make sure that y'all smash on the like button, hit the like button, and then jump in the comments and let me know you in the building. We got my man Johnny Q in the building, James in the building, OG Sean the Dunn in the building, Dank Father in the building, Cali Fire is off in the building, Dream Chaser in the building. Yeah, salute to all my people that's in the building already. And like I said, make sure that you hit the like button, and as you come in the building, jump in the comments and let me know you're in the building. Johnny Q in the building, Catman 785. What's happening with it? The Queen Cassandra Mason is in the building. Joshua Hawkins. Yeah, we definitely gonna cook today, like we always do. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna cook today. It's the only way I can see it. Yeah, so like I said, hit the like button. And we got a lot of boxing to talk, you know. Like I said, we got some fights going on this weekend. So we got a lot of boxing to talk about. And let's talk about it. My man Upper Echelon in the building. What's happening with it in that super chat? I appreciate you coming through, showing love. And my man James Kelly in the building, showing love. Salute to you, brother. Salute to both of y'all. Appreciate it. Yeah, Johnny Q say EJ been closing caskets lately. First Bud, now Oscar. Oh yeah, you know. He had to do it. Hey, Sneed, Darius Gallard. Salute. And like I said, y'all make sure that y'all hit that like button. But yeah, you know, we got a lot of bullshit going around, you know, surfacing in boxing, and we're going to definitely get into the bullshit. But we definitely going to get into, like I said, the fights that's happening this weekend before we get into all of the bullshit. Because we got some real solid fights happening this weekend. And we got a fight that I've been wanting to see for a long time that's happening. You know what I'm saying? We got a fight that I've been wanting to see happen that's going to take place, that's finally going down, and that's Bivol and Zurdo Ramirez. That's going to be a hell of a fight. You also got David Morrell. He got a tough-ass opponent that he fight. You got David Morrell, and this is the biggest, the toughest fight of his career. So that's going to be over there on Showtime. So we got some fights this weekend for sure. Let me see. Hold on. I can't think of David Morrell's opponent, but I'm going to give it to y'all right now. So David Morrell, who is 7-0 with 6 KOs, is about to fight his toughest opponent. And it's a Kazakhstan cat. His name is Adios Yerbosnunli. I don't know how to say it if I'm saying this shit right, but it looked like Ados Yerbosnunli. And this dude that David Morrell is fighting, he got a stellar record. He's 16-0 with 11 KOs. Let's see who he's fought. Lennox Allen, who was 21-1. Isaiah Zamir, 19-0. So he got some cats that he's fought on his record. I'm not familiar with them, but they got good records. And from hearing other people talk about this opponent that David Morrell is fighting, they say this dude can fight. They say this dude can fight for real. He a tough-ass opponent. He can really fight. So I'm looking forward to that fight. Also, I know there's some other fights that's on that card that I'm missing. Dominic, what's happening with it? Salute. My man, Dub right side, you know what I'm saying? Never on the wrong side, always on the right side. Mr. Respectfully, Dub right side. What's happening with it? my man, straight from that D-Town, and I'm talking about Detroit, that is, Brandon House, Jay Grant. Daniel Phillips says, Morrell is fighting some audio, something I never heard of until today. Will be interesting to see what this guy can do. Seems like a big step up for both. Yeah, man, like I said, I heard a few people talking about this guy, and he can fight. They said he could fight. I haven't seen him fight. So I'm not finna sit on here and act like that I know who he is, because I never heard of him. But from people that do know who he is and that's breaking down this fight, they said the man can fight. They said it's gonna be a tough ass fight for David Morrell. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see on Saturday. What I'm trying to do right now for y'all, and y'all hit the like button as you come in the building. Lou Era, what's happening with it? Salute. Y'all hit the like button as you come in the building. I'm trying to pull up this weekend's full boxing schedule. And then we can run down the full boxing schedule or just the main fights that people interested in. And we can go from there. And then we can get into, like I said, this whole Oscar De La Hoya, Errol Spence situation. And Oscar then fucked up a lot of shit. He's ruined a lot of things that the fans want to see, and we're going to talk about that. This week's full boxing schedule. Okay, here we go. So, let me see where I'm gonna start at. And I got it up. I'm just trying to skim through the fights that people want to hear about. So I'm trying to see who everybody says fighting. Okay, what's today? That's next week. Okay, so we got so on the DAZN card, like I said, you got Zurdo Ramirez and Dimitri Bivol. So that's a hell of a fight already. And we're going to break down that fight. We're going to talk about that fight in a little bit. But you also got Jessica McCaskill versus Cameron. Let me pull up, because I heard people saying that Jessica McCaskill, who is the undisputed champion, right, is an underdog. Now, this girl that she's fighting, I haven't heard of her, but I'm going to pull her up right now. Right, hold on. Y'all bear with me here. I'm trying to pull up Jessica's box rec. Here it is. So, Chantel Cameron. Jessica McCaskill is fighting Chantel Cameron. Like I said, I ain't heard of her, but she's 16-0 with 8 knockouts. Right? She's sick. So Jessica McCaskill is coming in. She is the undisputed champion, but she's coming in as the underdog against this girl. And like I said, she's fighting Chantel Cameron. Chantel Cameron, once again, is 16-0. And Jessica McCaskill is 12-2, but she is the champion. Everybody know that no women's boxing, that Jessica can fight her ass off. Sheena, salute to the queen. Sheena, I see you in the building. Teach in the building. What's happening with it? So, and I'm gonna look down Chantel Cameron's resume, and she got some solid, she's fought some girls with some solid records. 23-6, 23-3, 27-3, 23-7. So she's fought a couple of women that got good records. And like I said, they're saying that she is the favorite against Jessica McCaskill. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to BetMGM and I'm going to look up the odds. And this is a fight that I'm interested in, and I'm definitely going to have to go check out her opponent because I'm not too familiar with her opponent, but I know Jessica McCaskill for sure. Okay. Damn. So Jessica McCaskill is a underdog. She is an underdog. She's like a little over a 1.5 underdog. So, like I said, y'all might be wanting to look at, these betting odds. You might be able to win some money on Jessica McCaskill because she's the underdog. But like I said, I have to go check out her opponent because her opponent must be good if she's coming in the building an underdog. Zurdo Ramirez is a big underdog against Dimitri Bivol. And to me, that's a 50-50 fight. I got Zurdo Ramirez, but we'll talk about that fight in a little bit. Also, Andre Dirrell is coming back and he's fighting. Andre Dirrell is fighting Yuniesky Gonzalez, and I think that's the Gonzalez, I believe that's that Cuban. He a hell of a fighter. Andre Dirrell is an underdog too. What you saying, upper echelon? It's not. I don't understand what you're saying, upper echelon. Oh, thank you, Sheena. I appreciate you, Queen. Jason Rosario is on the Showtime card also, or the PBC card. Right? Jason Rosario, he's moving up in weight. He's fighting at 160 pounds. And yeah, man, he's fighting at 160. And he's fighting Brian Mendoza. So Jason Rosario, he came out, and we know who Jason Rosario is, got beat by Jermell Charlo. He beat the shit out of Julian J. Rock Williams, but he been getting beat, right? And we know him as being the guy that can't take no punches to the body. He hella weak to the body. But he's saying, he came out and he was saying that he was having a hell of a time making 154. He was saying that he was killing his body trying to make 154 pounds. So now he's vowing to be a whole different fighter at 160. So I want to see what Jason Rosario is looking like at 160, But it's some solid fights this weekend. Like I said, Jason Rosario making his return at 160. You got Andre Dirrell making his return to the ring. You also got Jessica McCaskill versus Chantel Cameron, and what's looking like to maybe be the toughest fight of Jessica McCaskill's career besides Katie Taylor. Who else you got? That's the main fights that's fighting this weekend. So we got some solid fights this weekend. Oh yeah, you're right, Samuel Washington. I couldn't think of who else I just saw Jason Rosario get his ass beat by, but Lubin beat his ass. But now, like I said, they swearing up and down that Jason Rosario is a different fighter at 160. They saying that you're going to see a different fighter, that the reason he was having all those problems, right, as soon as he got hit to the body, he was curling over, is because he was killing himself making 160 pounds. 154 pounds. Now, Jason Rosario is very big for 154. So we're going to see what he looked like at middleweight. We're going to see what he looked like at middleweight. And as far as Andre Dirrell to me was the much better Dirrell coming in the game. You know what I'm saying? He was more athletic, better boxing skills, quicker, faster, everything. Anthony Dirrell had it all. Anthony Dirrell, he could have ran boxing. Like, that's how good he was. It was Anthony Dirrell and it was Andre Ward. They was neck and neck. Of course, I had Ward a little better, but yeah. Andre Dirrell. My bad. I kept saying Anthony Dirrell. Andre Dirrell. To me, Andre Dirrell was the shit. But one thing he didn't have, he had the Anthony Joshua syndrome. He didn't have no heart. He didn't have no heart. And he'll fold under pressure in a heartbeat. And that was Andre Dirrell's problem. He never had no heart. Had all the skills, had all the athleticism, everything in the world, but didn't have no heart. So he making his return. And if Andre Dirrell don't win this fight, he pretty much can wrap it up. You know, he's older already. I think he's like 38 years old, maybe 39. I know he's close to that 40 range already. Dundada says Andre Dirrell lost to Triple G in the Olympics. Now, Dundada, why do you even want to come in here and type that dumbass shit in here, right? Like, what was the point of you coming in saying that Andre Dirrell lost to Triple G in the Olympics? What was the fucking point of you coming in here saying that? That's why niggas be on your helmet all the time, because you just come and type in stupid ass shit all the time and think it's okay. What we're talking about right now has nothing to do with Andre Dirrell losing to Triple G in the Olympics. And the reason that makes it more ignorant that you type that in is if you go look at that match, Andre Dirrell clearly beat Triple G in the Olympics. He clearly beat Triple G. So knowing that, why would you come in here and type that shit in the chat? Andre Dirrell clearly got robbed in the Olympics when he beat Triple G. But we're talking about Andre Dirrell making the ring return, and this is his last shot, and you want to type in, oh, he lost to Triple G in the Olympics. They go, and what? What's happening with it, Knockout? Salute. John Bird, salute. And my man, Upper Echelon, always support, man. And yeah, y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash on the like button. Show the support. Smash the like button. The like button is free. It don't cost you nothing. Don't cost you nothing to hit the like button. Speak, salute. Mr. Mechanical. Yeah. It don't cost y'all nothing to hit the like button at all. It's free. But let's go ahead and continue on before I was so rudely interrupted by Dundada. Go ahead and move on. Let me see where I was at. So, let me see. Let's talk about David Morrell, man. David Morrell, I was under the impression that David Morrell and David Benavidez was going to fight next, because this whole David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, this is the fight that we've been wanting to see for the longest, but it came out of nowhere. This whole fight with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, it came out of nowhere, because it's crazy, because just this past weekend, Sampson, that's David Benavidez's manager, he did an interview and he said that they were working, basically had finalized the fight between David Morrell and David Benavidez. He said, all David Morrell got to do is go out and win his fight next weekend, and we're going to be setting up a fight with David Morrell and David Benavidez, and I'm going to have a big announcement for everybody that's going to surprise everybody. And I said, okay, well, that's solid. I wasn't really wanting to see that fight as much as I wanted to see him and Caleb Plant or him and Jamal Charlo fight. But I was like, okay, that's a solid fight. I'm cool with that. But then all of a sudden, yesterday, they come with the announcement that they fighting Caleb Plant. Right? And that was a shocking surprise to me. So David Morrell, he got a fight this weekend. And I know Knockout probably knows his opponent. He probably went and, looked up his opponent and studied his opponent. But like I said, y'all want to watch that one, because they're saying that he's got a dangerous opponent that he's fighting this weekend. A dangerous-ass opponent. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then Zurdo Ramirez, man. Zurdo Ramirez and Dimitri Bivol. This is a tough fight. Zurdo Ramirez and Dimitri Bivol. It's a tough fight. And it's a hard fight to pick to me, because at one point in time, I was always calling for Zurdo to be able to get his shot at Bivol, and he could never get his shot. Couldn't get his shot at Bivol. I was calling for that fight for the longest. And seeing Bivol perform time and time again, I said that he can't beat Zurdo Ramirez. That's what I was saying. I said, man, he can't beat Zurdo. I got Zurdo beating Bivol. But now Bivol went and put in the performance of a lifetime, of his lifetime against Canelo Alvarez. And now Bivol is all of a sudden a big favorite to beat Zurdo Ramirez. And I really got to sit back and look, right? I really got to sit back and look and say to myself, do I want them persuading me to change the pick that I've always had in Zurdo Ramirez? And I thought about it long and hard. And you know what? I'm staying with my guns. I got Zurdo Ramirez beating Dimitri Bivol. It's going to be a tough fight, a hard fight. But just because you beat Canelo Alvarez don't mean to me that you can beat Zurdo Ramirez, because I think that Zurdo Ramirez will beat the dog shit out of Canelo Alvarez. I've always said that. I've always said that Zurdo would beat the dog shit out of Canelo, and I've always felt that Canelo would do anything and has done everything he could to duck Zurdo Ramirez. Right? So, with that being said, why should I think that Zurdo is going to lose to Bivol just because Bivol beat Canelo? A totally different style of fight. You know, of course, Bivol is the more fundamental fighter. You know, he's a more fundamental fighter, but I don't know. I don't see him beating Zurdo. I really don't see him beating Zurdo Ramirez, and I got Zurdo. I don't think it'll be a knockout. I think the fight's going to definitely go the distance. But I think Zurdo, I think that he, I don't know. I think he got enough to beat Bivol. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised the winner either way. I just got to stick with Zurdo Ramirez for sure. I got to stick with who I've always been rocking with. And I always rock with Zurdo Ramirez. It's going to be a war, though. This shit going to be a hell of a fight. My man, Upper Echelon, back in the super chat, he says, Zurdo fought Cans, Bivol 12-0, 11-1 blowout. You said Bivol 12-0, 11-1 blowout. We can put some money on that if you want to. That ain't happening. Bivol ain't 12-0 or 11-1 nobody. That shit ain't happening. I guarantee you that ain't happening. If anything, Bivol gonna lose or the fight, or he gonna win a close decision. He ain't 12-0, 11-0, 12-1, or he's not gonna win no 12-1, or I'm sorry, 11-1 or 12-0. That's a 50-50 type of fight. Dundada says, what do I think will be the difference in Zurdo's favor? His punch value and just his size, you know, and his punch value. What you gonna put 50 on? You want to put 50 on? We'll put 50 on that the scorecards will be much closer than what you got. We put 50 on that. I'm talking about we could put 50 on that the scorecards will be close. T say, I think Bivol takes this. He just has better boxing ability. Well, I mean, like I said, he might. I'm not saying that he can't win the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he can't win the fight. But what I'm saying is the fight is going to be close. You see what I'm saying? And Zurdo is a lot bigger than Bivol. A lot bigger than Bivol. So we're going to see. It's a hell of a fight. I like the fight. Like I said, I love this fight. Fight I've been wanting to see for a long time. We gonna see, Zurdo, he didn't really impress me too much in his last fight, but he fought a tough ass Cuban, and the Cuban he could crack, and he was big as hell. That Cuban that Zurdo fought looked like a heavyweight himself. You feel me? Also, on top of that, Bivol didn't look good in like his last 3 fights before he fought Canelo. He didn't look good. So different styles make different type of fights. Upper Echelon says, I'll put 50 that Bivol wins at least 9 rounds. Bet it. Say less. That's a bet. Renee Box, my man Renee Box Young in the building. What's happening with it, Renee? He says, yeah, Zurdo gonna bring it definitely. T say he didn't look that good in his previous fight versus Canelo. Truth, he didn't. He really didn't, So, I'm looking at all that, man. Canelo going in there against Bivol was a mismatch. And we saw that now. Seattle Boxing Talk, what's happening with it? But yeah, y'all smash on the like button. Y'all smash the like. Get the likes up. Smash on the like button. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Smash on the like button. So yeah. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop some links now, and we gonna get in here and we gonna cook. We gonna cook on, we gonna cook on everything that's going on. We definitely gonna cook on this Errol Spence and fishnet situation. Hold on. Yes, sir. So I just dropped the link in the chat. Like I said, if you wanna jump up on here, I'm only gonna have like 4 people. If you want to jump up on here, grab the link, and we can cook. Upper Echelon, what's happening with it?
What's good, brother? What's good with you?
Man, just another day. Man.
Yeah, I've been watching Zurdo for a little while. I've been watching Bivol. If you go back and look at that Bivol versus Joe Smith fight, Joe Smith was coming at him wild, throwing all the things. Bivol knew how to parry it and everything. He fights to his competition, but Zurdo Ramirez, I felt like Oscar was trying to carry him to pass Floyd Mayweather.
Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Upper Echelon knockout. Turn your camera on real quick in the background. Make sure that is you, because it's just blank. And I know you usually have you usually got your avatar. Anyway, I don't know if that's the real knockout. So I gotta wait till he turn his camera on because he ain't got no avatar up there. But go ahead, what you say?
Yeah, I remember Oscar was hiding Zurdo trying to get him to pass Floyd Mayweather's record. Because, that's why he was bringing up Jaime Munguia and Zurdo Ramirez because Oscar, he got that thing against Floyd. And he promised that one of those boys was going to beat Floyd. So, that's why he been holding them back. They ain't really had no tough competition. They've been fighting a lot of Mexicans.
Well, Zurdo, I've been watching Zurdo for a long time, man. And Zurdo was the super middleweight champion and was running through the division for a long time. You know what I'm saying? When he was with Top Rank, he was running through the division when he was with Top Rank, and then, and then, you know what I'm saying, he got into some shit with Bob Arum, where Bob Arum set him on the shelf, and he had to sit out for like 2.5 years, and then he went on the independent circuit, and then he got the contract with Golden Boy, and we know what Golden Boy do. They feed you a lot of bullshit ass fights before they put you in any fight of substance. But Zurdo had been doing his thing with Top Rank years ago. Yeah, he didn't just pop up and just come around, you know what I'm saying? And he haven't fought just all bums. He didn't fought some competition, but I do say that Bivol got the better resume for sure.
Yeah, but
Bivol do got the better resume. But hold on. But Zurdo Ramirez, like I said, I've seen a lot out of him. That last Cuban that he fought, that dude was like a heavyweight, but the dude was tough. I can't think of his name. The last Cuban that Zurdo fought, that wasn't no Rudy Poot ass fighter, and he went to war with that dude. But he showed me how tough he was in that fight. And and he showed me that he not finna just go in there and lay down and let nobody 11-1 him or 12-0 him. It ain't gonna happen. But me and you got to bet on that. So
yeah. But what I was saying is Zurdo good with people bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's slow though. Zurdo is a big, slow, power thing. But if you quicker and you have good fundamentals, and you a boxer puncher and a pugilist, you frustrate him. I've seen him get frustrated by smaller fighters. And Bivol, he know how to keep that distance, and he know how to box and stay out of it. Like when Joe Smith was trying to turn it into a brawl, Bivol knows how to keep it calm. He was doing that back in the amateurs. That's why I had betted and made some change on Bivol beating Canelo. I was telling everybody he gonna beat Canelo. They didn't think so, but yeah, I've been seeing Bivol. But just watch what I tell you now, he's a lot better than people think. And I'm just saying, Zurdo, who they got favored in the on the odds?
Zurdo a big favorite. Now one thing I do want to say, I want to tell y'all this. I'm gonna go back to Andre Darrell real quick because the cat that I was saying that Zurdo fought, it wasn't his last fight, it was his fight before his last fight. He fought the dude Yuniesky Gonzalez, right? That's the dude that I was talking about that looked like that's built like a fucking heavy guy. Yeah, he a big ass dude, and he fought Zurdo, and Zurdo ended up, TKOing him, getting him up out of there in the 10th round. But but Zurdo went to war with that dude and then got him up out of there. But I'm gonna say this: I'm gonna make a prediction on Andre Darrell. Yuniesky Gonzalez, he gonna stop Andre Darrell. Andre Darrell look like he's fighting at light heavyweight. Yeah, he gonna get stopped. Yuniesky Gonzalez, that he 21 wins, he got 4 losses, and he got 17 KOs, but he could crack. And I think that he gonna stop Andre Darrell. But go ahead. What's happening with it, Mac World Media?
Salute. What's going on, Key? What's going on with y'all, man? Everybody on the panel.
Money Brown, what's happening with it? My brother Money in the building.
What's going on, Money?
Salute, Buddy B.
I ain't really seen Zurdo fight like that. How active have dude been?
He's like 44-0, I think, bro. Because Oscar's trying to break Floyd's 50-0 record. Oscar, he whatever he's trying to do, he's trying to break Floyd's record. He got Jaime Munguia, and he said if Zurdo don't do it, Jaime gonna do it. So
I don't know. That's the
boy. Yeah, well, Jaime Munguia, he's 40-0 now.
Oscar
need
to stop obsessing over
get to 50 and 0, all the bums that he fight, nobody gonna give a fuck about that, bro. Nobody gonna give a fuck about Haymon. And he got another bum that he finna fight coming up again that nobody never heard of.
But Oscar just trying to pass him in the record books. Floyd got that 50-0 record. I mean,
that shit ain't gonna hold no weight. So Haymon McGee, bring him up real quick. He fighting another fucking bum. This motherfucker fighting a Gonzalo Gaston Carrillo, somebody that's 21 wins and 5 losses.
That shit crazy.
Like this dude is a disgrace. Haymon McGee need to sit the fuck down somewhere and don't never get up.
Oscar for you, boy. That's Oscar for
fighters.
That's Oscar De La Hoya for you, man.
Like it's crazy. How can you be? This man, Haymon McGee, got 40 fights and still ain't fought nobody.
I think he fought like one person at 154.
Where he at?
Who was that he beat for that little belt, that little bullshit belt? He beat damn it, who the fuck was that?
I do remember dude having one fight.
Yeah, Liam Smith probably the only person with any kind of name that he beat.
Liam Smith.
That's it. And Liam Smith ain't all that to me. Not even.
I just said somebody that somebody might know. I didn't say it was good. He beat the
Money Brown said Saddam Ali. Come on, Money. Saddam Ali is some trash. Like Saddam Ali been some trash for. I ain't gonna say that he trash. I ain't gonna say Saddam Ali is trash, but by the time that Haymon McGee got him, he was already cooked.
They picked Saddam against Haymon McGee. That was the fight right there. That's what I was talking about.
By the time Haymon McGee got to Saddam Ali was done. He pretty, and I mean that tells you that he was done with boxing, right? Is because he only had one fight after that, right, against Mauricio Herrera, and then he got TKO right after that by some dude named Anthony Jones, and then he ain't fought since then. Saddam Ali ain't fought since he got knocked out by a guy named Anthony Jones way back in 2019.
Damn. That shit over with.
Yeah, so Haymon McGee ain't never fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of seeing this dude fight bomb after bomb, but enough of him. Mac World Media, man, what you think about this fight between Zurdo and Bivol?
Well, I know the last time I seen Bivol when he fought Canelo, I seen some things I like from him. He got a nice long jab. He seemed technical. I would say he started a little late, or it could just be his style. I'm not real familiar with a lot of his fights. As far as Zurdo, I'm not even going jack, bro. I'm not too familiar with him at all. If one of y'all could throw one name out there on his resume, that'll kind of give me an idea maybe what type of chances he got. But shit, I don't know. I gotta wait and see. This one of them for me, it's gonna be new to me. You know what I mean? This ain't really a division that I really keep up with. I mean, obviously it ain't a glamour division like that, but I'm interested to see though. You know what I mean? I like Bivol. I like what he did to Canelo shit. So we're gonna see what Zurdo do, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Zurdo can fight, man. He beat Jesse Hard like twice.
Okay.
And I
That's
was
the biggest
able to,
stage.
I think the first fight between,
hey, what is amateur record like? What's Zurdo amateur record like?
Man, he had a hell of an amateur record. Like Zurdo was that guy. You know what I'm saying? He was that guy at super middleweight. He ran the super middleweight division. None of them guys would fight him, though. He was, and then, like I said, he got in the funk over there with Top Rank. He got into a dispute with them about his contract situation, and he ended up getting set on the shelf. But Zurdo was the dude at super middleweight. For a long time, he was the one that was running the division, and he was running through everybody. I got to see him fight live. I think I saw the first fight between him and Jesse Hard, and I sat front row for that fight. But
hey, he put me on notice with that though. I ain't even gonna lie, because Jesse Hart was that dude. And when he beat Jesse Hart I was like, okay,
Yeah.
he ain't all bullshit. Like, I ain't saying he a bullshit. I'm just saying that Bivol got more wrinkles than people think. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he got more wrinkles than people think. And I remember when him and Benavidez was mixing it up in the sparring and everything. Like, he was showing him some stuff, though. But just watch what I tell you, bro. You'll be surprised.
Well, Solomon, it's a link right there. You see, it's a link right there that's pinned in the chat, Solomon. So I mean, you can get up here and we can talk about it. We can have a discussion about it if you want to click the link.
Click the link.
I'd love to hear your side of the story.
Click the link.
My man, Smooth Groove boxing off in the building. Salute to you. What's happening with it, OTB?
What up with the bros? How everybody feeling today?
What's up, brother?
Man, good.
We alive.
I'm gonna give you one more chance to click the link. I'm gonna give you one more chance to click the link, or you gonna be watching from the outside, looking in from the goddamn window like a little kid that want to play outside that's grounded. Now, like I said, you can't type nothing else. You can click the link or you get gone. So I'm giving you a chance to explain that shit. Click the link. OTB, what's happening with it, man? What is your take on this Bivol and Zurdo Ramirez fight, man? I can't wait to see this fight.
Man, me neither. I broke it down, but what I got out of it is, can Zurdo bring his legs to the fight, the whole fight? Because you see Zurdo move sometimes in the pocket in early parts of the fight, and you see him take the angles, you see him turn his man. He does things, but later on in the fight, he only do them things to sit on that big punch. So if he can bring his legs to the fight, I think he can make this fight real tough for Bivol. However, him closing the distance when Bivol throwing 10 to 13 punch combinations, which we know he do, and Bivol leaning on that jab for the whole round. So you're gonna deal with that jab and closing the distance. But we've seen Bivol allow people to close the distance. Canelo just didn't work enough when he did. So I look forward to seeing if Bivol gonna work. I mean, if Zurdo work and throw these multiple punch combinations, because we know Bivol gonna have that high guard. You're gonna have to move that to open it up for you. So you're gonna need 3 to 5 punch combinations in there. And Zurdo don't throw a lot of those. Plus, he take a lot of lapses. Like, he take rounds off, he take minutes off. And against a fighter like Bivol, man, I think that's gonna cost you. So I got Bivol late on points.
You seeing it being a close fight, or you seeing Bivol?
Yeah, I got a close fight, because I think that Bivol have to take Zurdo punch, and Zurdo's gonna land that punch. That's another thing that I see happening. I don't see Bivol not getting that punch landed on him. When Zurdo closes the distance, he land that damn punch, and it might be on the back end of a 3-punch combination or a 2-punch combination. But either of the two, every fight he had, we've seen him land them. So I can't wait to see if Bivol can take that punch.
No, you can't pull nothing up, Mac World Media. Don't pull nothing up, because don't do that. Right. Yeah. Don't do that.
Right, I got you. I didn't know it was on my other screen. My bad, Key.
No, it's all good. But yeah, I mean, so you got Bivol winning a close fight, OTB.
Yep, I got it being close, man. Like within 2 or 3 rounds.
Okay, it looked like I'm the only one that's going with Zurdo. Like I said, I'm gonna stick with my bet, but it's a 50-50 type of fight. It's definitely a 50-50 type of fight.
Yeah, I'm not saying you roll, because if she go right, Zurdo can put the man out. But I'm just
Zurdo got a little pop on him now.
Yeah, he got a little pop on him, But I seen him putting down a lot of other people. But I remember that Jesse Hart fight though. But what I was gonna say though, I feel like Bivol is riding this high right now, and he wants to show that he's on another level, and he wants to know that for him to get the biggest payday in his career, he got to win this fight right here. Because if he wins this fight right here, Canelo ain't got no choice, but he got to give it to him. He got to give it back to him. You feel what I'm saying? And I just feel like, like I remember when he beat John Pascal. he utterly outclassed John Pascal, the Canadian guy.
On a whole different level.
Yeah, he outclassed him bad. And he outclassed Joe Smith. I feel like whenever Bivol has the competition, he rises to it. But when he be fighting people that's not really on his level, he drops down the competition. Kind of like what Charlo used to do, like Jamal Charlo. Like he rises and falls to his competition. But
Right.
I feel like he'll get out of it this time. Now, the only person I see really doing something really to Bivol is probably Better Biv. Because Better Biv showed me new wrinkles in his game the last fight too. So, but right now, Zurdo, I think he's going to try to press. But I feel like Bivol's feet, because he has pretty good legs and feet, so he controls the distance. And he also got that jab. I feel like he going to keep Bivol, he going to keep Zurdo away from him. And Zurdo's going to tire out. He's going to tire out. He's going to get frustrated by not being able to land the hard shots.
Yeah, because him fighting off the back foot going to be exhausting. And that's another factor that I look forward to looking at in this fight is Bivol's strength is on the front foot. When he on the front foot and he working that jab, you understand, and he moving how he move, until he get in the pocket, then the kid flawless. You understand? But we've yet to see somebody put him on his back foot versus Zurdo being exclusive. You understand? Zurdo great off the back foot. He'll put the pressure on you just walking in your distance, and then you understand he's so slick on the back foot. He like to pivot around and he starts showing out. So that's why I said this fight really is a 50-50 fight, and it's just a matter of which person can make each other fight they fight.
Yeah. We gonna, like I said, we gonna see tomorrow. We gonna see tomorrow, and it's gonna be on early tomorrow because I believe it's in Dubai. It's in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, it's over there. So that shit means it's gonna start like around 4 or 5 Eastern time there, right?
It's gonna be on early. So my time, it probably gonna be around like 12 p.m. my time. But so I'm looking forward to that. Jessica McCaskill got a tough ass fight. You know anything about Chantel Cameron, who Jessica McCaskill's fighting on TV?
Nah, I ain't hip to her. I watched her a little bit, but from what I seen, she tough though.
Yeah, Jessica McCaskill's the underdog.
Yeah,
she
I did a video on her.
From what I seen on her, from when I watched her, she was tough.
That's the girl I did a video on OTB. The woman I told you when they hit me back.
Oh yeah, you was telling me about Shorty.
Yeah, they wasn't trying to give her a chance, but Shorty, she real like that right there. But McCaskill might have beat Cecilia Brinkos and them right there, but she got a fight on her head now. This girl right here hungry.
She can fight.
She can fight her. She can fight her tail off, dog.
She can fight and she could take a punch, bro.
I gotta go check.
That's what I noticed about her is that she could take a punch. Like
I definitely got to go check her out. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna go check her out. And it's for Undisputed. It's for Undisputed. So yeah. So that's gonna be a hell of a fight too. Down.
But first, Jessica, she must be Jessica mandatory or something because Jessica wasn't trying to fight that girl.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, man, I'm looking forward to seeing it for sure.
So it is mandatory. Key, it's a mandatory fight.
I don't know if it's a mandatory fight or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that it's voluntary was.
But man, let's y'all get the likes up for real. Let's because we finna get into that Oscar De La Hoya shit that he got going on, sticking his nose in the business of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, some shit that don't have nothing to do with him. And Oscar De La Hoya has fucked up everything, right? Well, now I ain't gonna say everything, but he didn't fucked up some shit that we've been wanting to see because of what he just did. But before we get into this, hit the like button. Smash on the like button. Let me go and check. And let me see what these likes is looking like. Because, yeah, y'all got to get the likes up for sure. Yeah, get the likes up. Like, this shit crazy, man. It's like we go through this shit every day. Every day y'all come in here, sit around. I'm telling y'all to hit the like button. You still just fucking sitting around and won't hit the like button. How hard is it to hit a like button?
They be waiting until somebody say something they agree with. Like, oh, okay,
right.
okay, now I'm going to go hit it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna hit this for upper echelon today. I'm gonna hit this for Keon tomorrow. Hit it for OTB on Thursday. We gonna close up. Man, stop doing that. Just
I
smash
said,
a like
bro, just
when
wait.
you come in before you jump in the comments.
I said, bro, just wait until they get the lights up before you keep on cooking shit.
Shit crazy, man. What's happening with it, Coach? Omega Red, I see you.
Salute the big bro Coach.
Yeah, man, this shit crazy. Smash on the like button. Motherfuckers want to do that shit, just sit up in here and shit, and won't hit the like button. Motherfuckers be weirdos for real.
That's some weird shit.
Just some weird ass shit.
That's some hate that.
But man, so let's get into it. So Oscar De La Hoya, he wants to hold on, up echelon. Let me.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Oscar De La Hoya, he want to get in the business between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, right? Has nothing to do with him. He don't promote Errol Spence. He also don't promote Terence Crawford, but he always got some shit that he want to chime in, right? And so I'm just going to go down some of the tweets that Oscar De La Hoya put up, right? Once Errol Spence and Terence Crawford start going back and forth with each other, right? So Oscar De La Hoya, he jumps in talking about Crawford speaks the truth. And then he goes on to retweet some shit that goddamn ugly ass, old ass Rick Glazer, because Rick Glazer, he can't stand Al Haymon, he can't stand Errol Spence, he can't stand Deontay Wilder, he can't stand nothing that has to do with anything that's black. That's really what it is. He don't like no black fighters, and he can't stand anybody that's under Al Haymon, right? So he's like Fred Hawthorne. He spends his whole goddamn life worrying about and concerning himself with what's going on with the PBC. So Oscar De La Hoya, after saying, oh, Crawford speaks the truth, right? Then he goes on and he says, and he retweets some shit that Rick Glazer had said. Rick Glazer has said, Terence Crawford Instagram video seriously exposed Al Haymon. What I tell you about Rick Glazer? Like, he submerges his whole life into worrying about what's going on with Al Haymon. So Rick Glazer, he tweeted once again, Terence Crawford Instagram video seriously exposes Al Haymon. What's Errol Spence? Not a boss like he claims. Turns out Errol actually just a minion caught up in Haymon's grand web deceit against boxing. Thank you, Terence Crawford, for exposing the frauds that they are. That's what Rick Glazer's put, right? And Oscar De La Hoya retweeted it on his page. So Oscar De La Hoya is already full out disrespecting Errol Spence and Al Haymon, right? Now, then Oscar De La Hoya, he starts retweeting everything that Terence Crawford says about Errol Spence. Like, here's one. This dude, Errol Spence, is a clown. He had to go get his lies together, laugh out loud. Now he got so much to say. And Oscar De La Hoya, he retweeted that. So everything disrespectful or name calling that Terence Crawford did to Errol Spence, Oscar De La Hoya went and found it and retweeted it on his page. He also comes out and he says, my respects to Terence Crawford and exposing Al Haymon circus. I've been dealing with this shit for years. I promoted all the PBC fighters, and it's all the same bullshit with them. They are not in charge. I'll be going live soon to elaborate and expose the truth. Now, my thing is anybody that signed under Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, are they in charge of their career? Because from hearing him talk, all his fighters are in charge of their own career. That's what he's making it sound like. No, I didn't think so. Nobody over on Golden Boy Promotions is in charge of their own career. They can't do nothing unless they get the go-ahead from Golden Boy, and unless Golden Boy is involved in it. Yeah. like any other boxing promoter. But let's move on. So Oscar De La Hoya, he goes to retweet all the disrespectful shit that Rick Glazier was saying about Errol Spence and Al Haymon. All of the shit that Terence Crawford was saying about Errol Spence and Al Haymon. And he just all up in the mix like a bitch do. You know what I'm saying? This is the same man that has a fight. One of his top fighters, one of his only top fighters, right, in his stable, has a huge fight this weekend, and that's Zurdo Ramirez. For those who don't know, Oscar De La Hoya is the promoter of Zurdo Ramirez. But when you go to his page, all you see is retweets from Terence Crawford, retweets of racist ass Rick Glazier talking about Al Haymon, and then him up and down his page shitting on Al Haymon and Errol Spence. And then he's even going to different fans. He's even retweeting disrespectful shit that different fans are saying about Errol Spence, right? So that's all he's doing when he should be promoting Zurdo Ramirez. But he's focused on what's going on with Errol Spence and Al Haymon. He's not saying nothing about Zurdo Ramirez. Nothing on his page is saying anything about Zurdo Ramirez. It's all Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, and disrespectful shit that he's retweeting and shit that he's talking. Then he comes out and he says, I love boxing too much. I'm coming hard with this truth and exposing everyone. He loves boxing so much, right? But he has a Jaime Munguia that has 40 fights and he still ain't put him in against nobody. That's interesting, right? Now, he wants to make it seem like that, oh, you know, Al Haymon is the problem with boxing. Al Haymon stole all of my fighters. I used to have Errol Spence. I used to have Adrian Broner. I used to have Deontay Wilder. Al Haymon stole everybody from me. Al Haymon didn't steal shit from you, bro.
Preach.
You, right? You were an addict on cocaine, in and out of rehab.
Teach.
You had to have my man, you know what I'm saying? You had to have my man Richard Schaefer
Teach.
run Golden Boy Promotions for you because you couldn't do your job.
Right.
And Richard Schaefer had to take over your daily duties while you were in rehab, while you were partying, right? Abusing cocaine, walking around motherfucking in high heels and fishnets,
Teach.
sticking spatulas up your asshole,
Teach.
doing all type of weirdo shit.
Ain't none of this shit made up, neither.
The company was about ready to go bankrupt and get shut down.
Exactly.
So Richard Schaefer came and saved your ass, right? Richard Schaefer was doing all the work, but at some point in time, Richard Schaefer got tired of your bullshit.
Yeah.
He got tired of your bullshit. He got tired of doing all the work that you were supposed to be doing, right? Because this ain't, hey, yeah, I'm in business with you, but all this shit ain't on me. You got to do some of your job, Oscar.
Espinosa was there
Right?
too.
You got to do some of your fucking job. So he got sick of that shit and he left. And when Richard Schaefer left, the whole fucking company went to shits because Oscar De La Hoya didn't know how to run the shit.
Fact.
Motherfucking Bernard Hopkins, he ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer. We all know that. And the whole fucking company went to shits. Once Richard Schaefer left, those black fighters that you had on the roster, they wasn't getting promoted. You was promising fighters like the Charlos fights against Canelo Alvarez. Oh, well, if you win this fight and you beat such and such, we'll give you a fight against Canelo. And you kept moving it and pushing it out and pushing it out. And they got tired of the lies. And eventually, all of the fighters, the top black fighters on your roster, they were looking for somebody else to go to. And Al Haymon came to the goddamn rescue. And they decided to go with Al Haymon. They want to all go to Al. You say Al Haymon took your roster of fighters. How did he take them? If you were doing the job that you were supposed to be doing, it wouldn't have been no way for Al Haymon to take your roster of fighters.
Floyd, Al Will, they got together, and Steve Espinosa left sometime.
And they were able to get your fighters because you wasn't doing your motherfucking job.
He was in rehab when Canelo had the biggest fight of his career. Oscar De La Hoya was in rehab.
Exactly. Like I said, he was in and out of rehab, and he couldn't stay clean. But he wants to blame that on Al Haymon instead of saying, you know what? I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up, and you know what I'm saying? And I dropped the ball. Now he has a grudge against Al Haymon in his whole, and he submerges, like I said, he just like a fucking Fred Hawthorne. He spends his day thinking and worrying about what fucking Al Haymon in the PBC is doing 24/7. He can't even promote the fucking little bit of fighters that he have right now because he's worried about what Al Haymon and them got going on. And then, like Errol Spence said, bro, you didn't promote black fighters. You didn't want to treat none of your black fighters right. You was treating us all wrong, right? And we see that. How many black fighters is Oscar De La Hoya promoting right now? Only one I can think of is goddamn Blair Cobb.
Only one I can think of Blair Cobb and that kid Austin guy.
Yep,
and Kid Austin just came to him.
Yeah,
so we're not even gonna count Kid Austin because Kid Austin ain't even been with him long enough to get fucked over.
Montana Love
still there.
No, Montana Love is with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, but he bet through.
Okay.
Yeah,
I remember
Love
not
is
too
with
long
Eddie
ago,
Hearn.
like right before the Ryan Garcia and whoever that was, he just fought. I want to say, you know who he just fought. Oscar De La Hoya was talking about he was gonna sell Golden Boy. He was like, I'm thinking about selling it. I'll sell Golden Boy. He was mad. He acting like he just loved boxing so much. Like, man, shut your stupid ass.
Exactly. Because you know why I was gonna sell? Because it's Golden Boy's shit. They fucking, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else up here, they way under.
He was threatening them because
you think of Golden Boy
they was talking about
hold on. Golden Boy is the last promotional company that you think of when you think of top promoters. Golden Boy, how do you go from the top promotional company that everybody is talking about, that all of the fighters are under, that has all of the big fights,
and Ring Magazine?
You don't even know Golden Boy is still in business no more.
Right. But nah, they was I think he was saying that because he was kind of threatening Ryan Garcia. He don't got too many big fighters on his roster. Ryan was talking about he was gonna leave, but you know, he still got some fights left. So I think by Oscar De La Hoya threatening him, that was his way of saying, like, man, y'all ain't like with Al, where he have y'all as independent contractors. Like, I pay y'all and I sell all y'all to somebody else. That's what he was trying to say. Like, anybody talking about leaving any of that shit, I'll sell y'all contracts to somebody else because he could do that shit. That's the problem. That's why they mad at Al, because he do good business with his fighters. He give his fighters a lot of leeway, and they don't like it. So they feel like, because I remember they was complaining that the problem was PBC was overpaying people. They said PBC gonna fail. They overpaying the fighters. They said they're like 3-4, like when it first started, they still around. You know what I mean? So
yep.
So
man,
don't think about this.
To get back to this, man.
Yeah,
Oscar De La Hoya, right? He has no business, right? Putting his business in their bit, like this has nothing to do with him. And then if you, like I said, if you go to his Twitter, everything is disrespected Errol Spence and Al Haymon. When you have other fighters on your roster that you should be promoting. Now, let's get to the Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia issue.
Hold on, let me say something. Hello?
Yeah. Hold on real quick, Coach. Let me say this, Coach. I'm gonna get to the Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis issue because what Oscar De La Hoya has done is he's just made sure that fight ain't gonna happen. Because now you went on a whole nother rampage. You've been disrespecting Al Haymon right throughout the years. Now you claim that you're trying to get this fight between Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia. I'm sorry, between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. You claim that you're trying to make this fight. Bruh, how are you claiming that you're trying to make this fight happen when now you know the fight is not going to happen? You cannot shit on somebody over and over and over and over and then expect them to want to do business with you. He just ruined the fight, right? Anybody that had any hopes of Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fighting, it ain't happening, y'all. And now he claims that he wants to fight so bad. He don't want Ryan Garcia to fight Gervonta Davis. And I see it because how can you're sabotaging the fight but claiming that you want the fight to happen? You know, in order for this fight to happen, you got to be able to do business with Al Haymon and PBC. And how are you slandering the man and shitting on him all down social media, saying that, oh, I'm going to come on live and I'm going to expose everything, right? And then expect the fight to get done.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're talking about, Dundada. You're talking about the networks and all of that shit. Ain't nothing going to happen without Al Haymon and Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe involved. You can think what you want to, Dundada. This dude always saying crazy shit, man. Rachel Donaire, salute to you, Queen.
Salute the Queen.
Salute, Rachel. Salute.
Definitely salute to Rachel.
Yeah, so
Going
man,
on,
it's
Rachel?
crazy. It's crazy, but you know, upper echelon. I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, Coach. I don't know if you was in a hurry. Did you have something to say real quick?
Well, what I was saying was, first of all, we know what this all about. We know that this is about jealousy. That's number one. He lost in court to Al Haymon, right? That's number one. Number two is you lost all your fighters to Al Haymon because you was strung out on dope and wasn't taking care of business and wasn't promoting these black fighters because you don't fucking know how to promote them. That's number two. The next thing is you sitting up here and fucking trying to come up in here and cause a disruption when you have no one on your roster. You had to sign with the Zone because your company was going bankrupt because you didn't know how to promote fighters. You at one time, Golden Boy was the echelon when they first started, right? But there's a reason why Shane Mosley left that company because they all started. Him, Bernard Hopkins, and Shane Mosley all started that company together. Shane got out the business with them, right? There's a reason why. Because Shane knew what the fuck Oscar was doing, shoving coke up his ass, up his nose, and playing with spatulas with his booty. See, so we all know why that company failed, and the only reason they stayed afloat was because the Zone saved them. So you're gonna come in here and talk about a man who's made multi-millionaires over and over. There's only one fighter in the history of PBC to leave Al Haymon. There's only one fight as their advisor. There's one fighter in the history of PBC to leave Al Haymon. How many of them left fucking Golden Boy? Numerous. How many is left Bob Arum? Numerous fighters. So
how many to sue Bob Arum? Shit.
You know, so how many people then went and sued Al Haymon and them? None.
Right.
Zero. Except other promotional companies because they don't like the way he do business. So obviously he's doing something right for these fighters. But because of y'all greed and y'all jealousy and hatred and racist bullshit, they coming out the woodworks. Now you got a black fighter, Terence Crawford, who pulled some bullshit, right? So he's like they fucking Herschel Walker right now. That's who the fuck he is. He's their Herschel Walker right now. He's
Right.
their motherfucking Jesse Lee.
They don't know what you're talking about. They don't know what that is.
He's their fucking Jesse Lee Peterson. He's their Jason Whitlock.
Their
He's
That's
OJ.
Walker from Warner Robbins, man.
He's their
Calm
OJ
down
Yeah,
on her
Simpson.
shit,
He's
man.
their fucking Candace Owens right now.
He's
And
their
they
OJ
so
Simpson.
happy. That's who the fuck he is. You understand? For them right now. Terrence probably don't intentionally want to be that for them. But that's what he is right now. Because of the shit he said and the fucking bullshit he pulled. So
I think he
so
always
happy.
wanted that. He could have been went to PBC, but he wanted to stay over there on Top Rank. Terence Crawford always wanted a boss. He ain't never want to be his own boss.
You know?
That's
So
what I think.
So, like I said, this is what he is for them. Since Terrence come out against it's another black man against another black man. Here you go, fucking on the sidelines, going,
I
yeah.
hate that shit.
That's what you're doing. We see the fucking play, Oscar. We've been black a long fucking time, motherfucker.
Right.
We know what you're trying to do, and so you know if that's all it is, bro. Oscar De La Hoya needs to shut his fucking faggot ass mouth.
Get him, coach.
With that ragged ass bitch he got looking like a fucking mannequin. Man, get the fuck out of here, old rubber face bitch he with. Shut the fuck up, Oscar, you cokehead motherfucker.
Oh shit! I was gonna say something about that in my video, but I was like, I ain't gonna go that far. I ain't gonna get on this one.
I will, because I don't give a fuck,
Hey,
man.
she do look like a mannequin though. Hey, she do
She
look like a
she done
mannequin.
had every surgery
Plastic
possible.
surgery. Hey, her body made of plastic. She didn't have so much
boy.
plastic surgery.
Bitch look like a fucking rubber monster. Man, get the fuck
Bitch,
out of here.
A
Hey,
builder,
you crazy as hell, coach.
builder girl. Shit.
Right. On my life, a builder girl.
shit. Hey man, let me get upper echelon, man. I'm gonna go up to you, man. What's your take on Oscar De La Hoya and all this shit he got to say?
Man, Oscar De La Hoya always been a hater, man. Like, my take on it is, ever since they left his company and they went on to make something bigger and better than what Oscar was, he felt betrayed. He felt hurt because, it was Floyd and Oscar that left Top Rank. And see, when they left Top Rank, Oscar thought they had a bond and everything together, but then Oscar started letting the fame and the fortune get ahead to him. It was too much for him. He couldn't handle it. So, he started running up the money, messing up the money, running the company into the ground. And so, Floyd, Haymon, Washington, they all got together and was like, look, we didn't do all this to break away from Bob Arum just to sit there and end up broke. Look, let's go over here. Let's do this way. Everybody be their own boss. Everybody make their own money. And everybody be responsible for themselves. But we can still come together. That way, no one person can put anybody else's paper in jeopardy. They came up, they went and did that. And see, it hurt Oscar because he was way in rehab when they went and did it. But he was always at rehab. Hell, he was at rehab when Canelo fought Floyd Mayweather for the biggest fight in his career. Oscar was in rehab. Canelo had to go through that by himself. And so everybody of worth that left Oscar, but Canelo tried to stay with Oscar, give him a hand, but eventually Canelo left Oscar. Oscar is just a wreck right now. He needs to just sit back, need to find a higher spirit to help him out. But he's going to forever have grudges against PBC, Al Haymon, and all them because he felt like they took away his livelihood. And he still be trying to court Errol Spence. See, Oscar he's a diva like Terence Crawford. That's why he feels Terence Crawford because they both want to be looked at as the best. Don't get me wrong, when Oscar was fighting, he was a hell of a fighter. He had a hell of a heart. He would get his ass in that ring against anybody. And he made epic fights. But now that he's out of the line, some people just can't let it go. They can't let it go. And then the fact that you talking about boxing, but they ain't talking about Oscar De La Hoya, that hurts his pride. And the fact that he could have had the biggest fight in boxing if he would have kept shit right, but he didn't. And so, he got back at Floyd when they made that HBO deal behind Floyd back and stabbed him in the back and everything, That was him getting back and everything. He petty. And they just going to keep doing that. But Oscar's on the losing team right now. He on a downward spiral. And it ain't nothing he can do. He's going to keep sticking his name out there just to stay relevant. He don't care if it's good media or bad media, as long as it's media. He addicted to the likes. That's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, man. Mac World, man. Did you already cook on this?
A little bit. I was just adding to what Coach was saying, but I'm gonna say it like this, man. He hit it on the head. Y'all remember when they was talking about an internal memo at Golden Boy where they was saying some racist shit about Al Haymon, like he was Hitler, he was the Black Hitler, all this and that and the third. Just a bunch of stuff, man. So I think he got that saltiness about the success that they had at PBC. He wasn't really trying to see them make it how they make it. And this is another thing he do. I think one of y'all touched on it. Anytime it's a fight, if it's Tank fighting, he trying to throw his fighter in there with it, like a little free promotion. You know what I'm saying? If it's Spence fighting, he'll try and throw Ortiz's name out there, like free promotion to somebody like that and try and say, oh, Spence, come over here. Like, you know, he try to keep his name involved and shit. But at the end of the day, you know, he just turned around and he ain't got too many fighters. So he got to do something to stay relevant. The thing about it is it's going to backfire on him because you better off if you a promoter just promoting. When you start to get involved in all these type of beefs with boxers and all that, you going to make it worse for your fighters. You make it, to me, that's bad for business, right? Then you got Bud, he sit up there and, you know, he going to be like, well, they gave me a bag and I couldn't turn it down. And so they going to sit up and they going to rally behind Bud. You know what I'm saying? He somebody that they know he always wanted to go this way. Like PBC, when they was waiting on him, when he said they quote unquote rolled out the red carpet, that's because, man, they wanted to get you over there to get some fights done for you. They thought maybe you wanted a bag, but, you know, I guess Bud, he more of a purse man. You know what I'm saying? A payment up front, that's a purse. A payment on the back end is a bag. You know, Bud's still clutching his purse. So you could take the man from the situation, but he's still up to the same thing. And Oscar De La Hoya just see him as easily manipulated. So we hop in the situation. I stand with Crawford. Like, man, you don't stand with no damn Crawford. Because what's gonna happen is when he get out here sounding like Herschel Walker, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was sitting at the counter. I mean, I was sitting at the sink. I mean, the table. Then they gonna be like, oh, no, I wasn't with him. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is, man. We gonna watch how this thing unfold. I don't think it's gonna go good for nobody. You know what I'm saying?
You know
the fans in the end is gonna go good for us, but they ain't gonna be able to knock Al down. They can't knock that man hustle. And as far as, let me say one more thing, Keith, because I actually got to get out of here. Baby up, right? But you said something about him. I think either you or Coach said it. He get to trying to cook on like black people knocking their own people or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as Crawford, right? Al Haymon black. You know what I'm saying? Spence black. It's like I don't like when people commodify their blackness just to get us to try to buy shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just say that. I don't want to get too preachy and none of that shit, right? What up, knockout? But yeah, I just feel like, man, it's all gonna backfire in the end, man. That's my cook on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And y'all gotta hit the y'all gotta smash on my like.
I appreciate you having me on, Key, man. I always love, man.
Yes, sir, man. Much love. And y'all gotta hit the like button. Y'all smash on the like button. Hit the like button. It's free to hit the like button.
Y'all see
I don't know why it's so hard for y'all to hit the like button. Smash on the like.
Say, bro. The only thing I had to say about this, the most disappointing thing, Oscar gonna be Oscar, right? But the most disappointing person is motherfucking Bernard Hopkins. That nigga is a disappointment to me. He's the one that I'm more disappointed in than Oscar De La Hoya I could ever be disappointed in. Because when all of that shit came out, that Fred exposed, right? All of that shit, that nigga ain't say nothing, bro.
The emails, the racist emails.
You understand? That nigga ain't say nothing, bro. And he stay on code, you know? He stay on code, but he is the biggest disappointment to me because I never thought that dude would be like that, bro. Like, I'd have met him and talked to him a few times, right? Like, back in the day when he was still fighting. And I just never would expected him for his behavior to be the way it is now. I just never thought it. But like I said the other day, should have never gave them niggas money, because that's how that nigga act, bro. I can't deal with him, bro. That's the disappointment to me. When that shit should have came out, Bernard Hopkins should have came out. We will not tolerate this shit at Golden Boy, and that dude is fired. But he didn't do that. So fuck him too.
Yeah. OTB, man, what's your take on, I seen in man, hell of a show with you and Ohio Runs Boxing, man. Y'all was over
thanks,
there
bro. Yeah, I
earlier.
appreciate it.
And but what's your take on, Oscar De La Hoya and all this shit that he been doing?
It's a power move, bro. It's a power move, and you can see it a mile away. And I'm gonna tell you the name that it's about. Virgil Ortiz. That's his fighter. He's telling Bud right now in them tweets and retweeting that bullshit. He's telling him, hey, you ain't even got to go fight EJ next. Come on over here. I'm willing to work with you on Virgil Ortiz. You understand? I'm willing to work. Why else would you tweet that type of shit? Like, it makes no sense other than that. You understand? And it's just a classic flea flicker from Oscar trying to tell Bud, hey, you got another door open over here. So when you get done over there, then you understand, don't sucker yourself into no deal. You still got a door open. And that's Oscar for you. That's a snake in the grass. You understand? A snake got to wait till the grass hot. They ain't going to come when the grass low. He ain't saying shit the whole time. It's been going down. We've been reporting on everything, every Twitter beef. You understand? He ain't saying nothing. Now all of a sudden, when the grass high, when the flames up, then here come Oscar ass. You ain't fooling me, bro. I know what you on. And I don't want to see Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Terence Crawford. I want to see Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford. So, hell nah, I ain't falling for it.
Yeah, man.
And another thing, did y'all see the Kid Austin debut? Did anybody up here watch that shit?
I watched when he fought on Golden Boy. Yeah, I mean, I didn't.
Man, what'd you think of it? I thought it was horrible.
I didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah, it was only 10 seconds, maybe even a minute. Shit.
Yeah, no, I didn't have I didn't really have no thoughts about it.
Yeah, I felt bad for the kid, to be honest. I felt bad for him. I say, damn. Shit, for you gotta think his contemporaries, having their debuts on Showbox. On pay-per-view.
To me, bro, I like all fighters. I don't give a fuck if you black or purple, but if you're a black fighter and you go sign with Golden Boy, you gotta be an idiot. You gotta be a fucking idiot, like for real. And I'm saying that because you've seen him not promote black fighters constantly. You've seen what he did to Rashidi Ellis, right?
Thanks.
Basically, really the only talented black fighter that was on his roster. You see that you have to be an idiot to sign with Golden Boy out of all these promotions. Come on, you gonna go sign with Golden Boy? It's obvious, right? And I don't have no problem with it. If that's what he want to do what you want to do, right? But the thing is, we can all see that he promotes his Mexican people. He promotes Mexican fighters. That's his whole thing at Golden Boy. Golden Boy, everybody look at Golden Boy's stable is the stable that promotes all of the Mexican fighters. Like he's pro-Mexican. That's what he want to do. Ain't no problem with it. But so to me, let him be like that. Let him, let it be known, because he lets it be known by action that I don't want you if you're not a Mexican fighter. Right? So why would a black fighter go sign with Golden Boy Promotions? It makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense at all. So when he starts fucking Kid Austin over, I don't want to hear him complaining about it. Just like I did with Rashidi Ellis, I said, man, and I told Money, because Money has a relationship with Rashidi Ellis's brother. I said, why the fuck would Rashidi Ellis sign with Golden Boy Promotions in the first place? That's his fault for signing with them in the first place. But, it is what it is, man. Knockout, man. What's your take? I know you saw Oscar De La Hoya, all the tweets and the retweets and him retweeting disrespectful shit from Rick Glazier and just him all up in the fucking mix. What's your thoughts about that?
One thing, and shout out to you, bro, and I see y'all in the building, man. What's good? Everybody hit my man's like button. But look, bro, it's very simple. Salty ass people, they do salty ass shit, and he's still salty at Al Haymon because Al Haymon got all them fighters over there. So if you ain't never got nothing positive to say about somebody, then why would I listen to you? Like he ain't like you go through Oscar every time he bring up Al Haymon, every time he talk about the PBC, it's always something negative. So he just being himself, and so the fact that people think that his words hold any weight, or that he's saying any real shit, or that he's telling the truth, or being objective, and like, bro, like you just don't know what you listening to, and you don't understand people's behavior. You don't understand what how people are moving, and what realness truly is. You know what I mean? You can't call yourself real and agree with anything that Oscar got going on, because you just somebody that hates on the PBC every chance that you get. If I always talk negatively about somebody all the time, you can't expect me to be level-headed when I'm trying to act like I'm giving a real assessment, and this is what's really going on. I stand with Terence Crawford. So why weren't you trying to sign him then? When his ass was a free agent, why weren't you trying to sign him? Like you don't stand with him. You just anytime somebody say something about Al Haymon, then you right on their neck. You right on their helmet. But I remember when Terence Crawford was suing Bob Arum for saying that, claiming that Bob Arum was a racist and Bob Arum didn't pay him all his money. How come Oscar wasn't standing with Terence Crawford then, bro? How come he wasn't standing with him then when he was suing Bob Arum on his way out the door? I didn't hear that shit then. Talking about I stand with, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. A lot of people say that they stand with you, or that they cool or whatever, but it ain't real, bro. And Oscar ain't being real in this instance. So it is what it is.
Bob was.
Yeah, I ain't buying that shit from him, man. So he just trying to get in where he fit in, and try to do what he can to try to throw more salt on Al Haymon, because he's still pissed off that he was doing all that cocaine, wearing lingerie, wearing fishnets and shit, and he got all his fighters and all his stable took right out from under him because he was a fucking idiot. And that's why he's upset. And he'll never say anything positive about Al Haymon for as long as he's drawing breath from this earth.
What's up, Queen?
Salute the Queen.
You gonna come on here and cook?
Okay, then. I see it now. I see it now. Yeah. Okay, then.
Come in closer so we can see the. And let us know what it says. It says, "Who has he fought? What has he accomplished?" And the last one says, "He just won't payday." Duck.
Payday.
Those are all the questions of a duck.
Okay, then we got the Duck Awards coming.
Yeah, when you gonna put them on? When you gonna put them out so we can get them?
We that was just a prototype. We made some revisions to it, but it's coming. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
you know what I'm saying. Coach. The duck T-shirt from Coach and the Queen.
Yeah, we don't do duck talk. Yeah.
Right. Well, who has he fought? What does he deserve? What has he done? Yeah.
Just let me know, Coach, when I get to nominate somebody for the Duck
Money
Award.
Brown hopped on the panel. What's happening with it, Money?
I know they goddamn shirt been out here just my fighter.
Hey, knockout.
Depper.
Yeah, what's good?
My bad. Were you done? Knockout. My bad. I didn't even.
Yeah, I finished up. I said everything I had to say on that shit, bro. Ain't much to talk about with Oscar. He just a salty ass, hating ass dude, bro.
Yeah, man. And fire show, man. Fire ass show last night. Knockout too.
Appreciate that, man.
Money. What's your take on Oscar De La Hoya? I don't know. Have you got a chance to see all of the shit that Oscar been doing on Twitter?
I seen it, and I tell you, I'm just fed up. Right? I just want the fights. That's it. I want the fights. And I tell you, I'm going to go live. I don't know if it's Twitter or Instagram, but I tell you, it's going to be one, right? So, I want my butt, baby. Hey, Ryan, stay the fuck away from my girl. Man.
You see, man, and he's retweeting everything that disrespectful that Rick Glazier is saying about Errol Spence and Al Haymon. Because, Rick Glazier, that old mother, he looked like he dead for one. That old motherfucker, he a disrespectful motherfucker for real.
Rick Glazier leave the country? Rick Glazier can even leave the country? Ain't he still in that shit?
I don't know, bro.
Right,
I don't know about that. But he's retweeting everything disrespectful, like retweeting it, like yeah, egging it on that Rick Glacier is saying about Errol Spence and Al Haymon. Then he talking shit about Errol Spence and Al Haymon, and then when Terence Crawford was going back and forth with Errol Spence, and when Terence Crawford was calling Errol Spence names and calling him a fake and all that shit, Oscar De La Hoya was retweeting all of that shit too. So he up in the mix like a cheerleader. Yeah, go Crawford. I stand with Crawford. And it's crazy, man.
He was just on Earl's nuts 2 weeks ago. Well, about like a month ago. Man, Earl and Boots. Earl and Ortiz. Them two right there together make a fight. It could be the biggest fight ever. Bigger
Well,
than
we know what it is. Let me get it. We know what it is. Man. He's sitting up there trying to anytime they think they got anything negative or any type of dirt to throw on Al Haymon and to shoot at that at the PBC promotional company, he go try it, bro. But that shit is always just fall flat. Like nobody's running about Oscar De La Hoya ass, right? Nobody. You feel me? The shit that he's saying is just flying over people's head. Nobody's really talking about what he talking about, but it's just jealousy, man. We all know what it is from him. He always wanted Errol Spence. He wanted Errol Spence to fight Canelo way back when, right? When Canelo was at 54, he wanted to try to make the fight happen. He couldn't get Earl. So it's like when you look at Errol Spence, he wanted Errol Spence so fucking bad on Golden Boy. And Earl used to tell him, like, man, fuck you. I'm not coming to no goddamn Golden Boy, not paying his ass no mind, right? And they used to piss his ass off, bro. So now when you're looking at the situation with Earl and Crawford, I think you hit it on the head, Keith, with the situation with Tank and Ryan. He don't want Ryan to fight Tank. So he need to call damage control because he need to try to make all the money off of Ryan that he could, right? But he know Ryan want the Tank fight. And Ryan forcing his ass, like, if I don't get this fight, then it's going to be problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nothing else. Ryan tired of being looked at as a duck. So we're not a duck as one of them motherfuckers just running his mouth and things of that nature. So, when we're looking at Oscar De La Hoya, bro, just he trying to, kick dirt on Al Haymon. They think Al Haymon down. I don't know why they really think that he down. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people really think that this man is down, but he's not. So, he's trying to figure out a way to try to get some get back or, pile on something for promotional entertainment because he got fights coming up, right? Let's get Golden Boy in the mix. And then when I have these fights coming up, it's all about promoting things of that nature. So when people look at Oscar De La Hoya, people not really taking his ass serious. He look like he on the coke when he talking, right? Look like he on the coke, fumbling over a few words and shit like that. So, man, that shit ain't gonna go too far, bro. But Earl came out addressing his ass, put him on blast. We gonna see if he come out on Twitter or Instagram to see what he got to say. Or we see it just a publicity stunt, bro. So if he don't bring his ass out and talk about what he's talking about to put Al Haymon on blast, then it's just a publicity stunt to try to build up the fights that he got coming up. That's it. That's all, bro. Ain't nobody falling for that bullshit with Oscar De La Hoya. That shit ain't been the same since the great Richard Schaefer, bro. We all see that. He tried to bring in somebody to mimic Richard, and that shit ain't going too well because Richard has a relationship with all fighters. Richard know how to work with all fighters. You ask these black fighters, Mexican fighters, European fighters, fucking Asian fighters, ask any of them about Richard Schaefer, you go get a good compliment, bro. Richard the one built that fucking thing up from the bottom to the top. Richard the one that went and got Canelo Alvarez, right? Not Oscar De La Hoya who's sitting on his motherfucking knees snorting coke. You feel me? So at the end of the day, bro, we just see that as jealousy. He got bread. Oscar got money. He ain't broke. So he gonna always be afloat. It's just the point about he don't know how to have a relationship with fighters, bro. Like Earl said, you don't know me or you didn't know no other black fighters that was over there. You can't relate. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know how to sit down and have a good conversation to try to get to know a motherfucker to know what they want to do with their careers or just in life. You know what I'm saying? So he don't know how to conversate with people, fam. So, with that being said, he'll never have a straight line promotional company to where his shit go just run the flow. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he gonna be his own demise, bro. That's it. He gonna be his own demise, and when he fall fall hard.
Yeah, man. Well said. Well said. And I just looked right to switch it up a little bit. Terence Crawford ticket sales is going on sale on Monday, right? And these are the prices. And money, tell me I didn't tell you. These are the prices of the tickets. You got $50 tickets, $75 tickets, $125 tickets, $200 tickets, $350 tickets, and $500 tickets. Right, the most
That's
expensive.
like college football.
Yeah, that's the most. That's the most expensive ticket you could get. Oh no, I'm just saying. That's the most expensive ticket you could get is a $500 ticket.
What's the
Now-
Cornhusker game? What's this
Now-
Cornhuskers game?
Huh?
I said, what's this, a Cornhuskers event?
Well,
It's college football tickets.
That's the ticket prices is going to be held at the Shy Health Arena in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, I don't know how much that arena holds. Probably
17 to 18.
17,000,
17 to 18.
17 to 18,000.
And thank you for that, key, because I was trying to see what was the highest ticket. So the highest ticket is $500. Huh?
Highest tickets is $500, right? So with that being said, how are you gonna make your money back? I'm just asking, because let's just keep it 100, bro. People not buying that pay-per-view. They'd be lucky if they get 20,000 pay-per-views, and that's on the high end.
Hey, check this out, bro. Check this out real quick. Go ahead, Key. Read your super chat. I want to run something by you.
Yeah. Let me get the super chat real quick. My man Ultraman says, "Hey ETB, just want to say what's up and salute to the panel, man. I appreciate you coming through, showing love and support. And y'all hit the like button, smash on the like button.
Hey, y'all check this.
Cutting up, Sheena. Go ahead.
Hey, y'all check this out real quick. So the stadium seats 17,560 people. If they sold out and they sold all of the tickets for $500, which you know they're not gonna do. I'm just trying to be generous. So if they sold $500 tickets and they sold all 17,560 of them, they would still only make $8 million. That wouldn't even pay Terence Crawford's purse. They have no shot. They got no shot to make even, bro.
So let's say, okay, the highest ticket is $500, right? The lowest ticket is $25, right? I believe, no, $50 is the lowest ticket, right? So let's say an average. You got to average that out. So let's say an average of, I'll say 125. That's high. That's a high. What would you say? An average 125 per ticket. If you average all that out, probably $100. Let's just say an average of $100 a ticket. An average, because most people they finna buy. They just going because they from Omaha, right? So they ain't really caring where they sit at. So they buying the cheap tickets, 50, 75. So let's say an average, if they average $150 a ticket average. Let's say $150 a ticket average.
Right.
Now,
if they do that,
on that,
that's $2,600,000.
$2,600,000 with a ticket average of $150 per ticket.
Meaning they gotta find $7.5 million in pay-per-view sales. Pay-per-view is $40. We take $7 million.
But knockout, you forgetting. They said that they paying David Avenesian fucking a whole lot of money too. So let's say that
they would have to sell.
They would have to
sell. I know they would have to sell. So they would have to do those ticket sales we just talked about, plus sell an additional 175,000 pay-per-view buys just to pay Terence Crawford.
Just to pay Terence Crawford.
Just to pay Terence Crawford
or David Avenesian.
They're gonna file bankruptcy on Avenesian. I'm just saying.
Well,
that's crazy.
I know they asses better not file bankruptcy on Booby Trap, because he's from the city and we'll burn that motherfucker down. Y'all pay Booby Trap, man.
That's why I don't believe that Terence Crawford is actually going to get paid, is getting paid $10 million. I think the $10 million was just a number that they put out there to save face for Crawford for fighting a Rudy Poo, somebody that nobody knows. Because how can you come out and tell the public that I pulled out of a fight or the fight negotiations with Errol Spence to go fight David Avenesian for $2.5 million guaranteed?
I think he getting about $3.5 million, honestly.
Or 3.5. But how can you pull out and tell the world that? Now the world is gonna be like, bro, you pulled out to make $3.5 million. One of the biggest fights in boxing.
See, he know he don't get many fights. After the Spence fight, he know if he loses to the Spence fight, is going to drop his value. So he figured he can get this quick fight in, then hit the Spence fight. That way he can hit both stones. That's what he thinks.
Well,
It
the
wouldn't even
pressure
drop
is
it
on. He
upper.
gotta make 10.
Upper, it
Go
wouldn't even
ahead.
drop his value though. Like losing the Spence ain't gonna drop your stock. You just go in there and you beat the
Yeah,
next
it'll
dude
make it
ass.
better. It'll make it better, but this is the way he's thinking, bro. You know, this man don't think straight, bro. He don't think like logic.
Shit, Mikey Garcia lost to Spence, then went and got $10 million to fight Jesse Vargas, bro.
Yeah, but you know he ain't thinking like that because you know he said he want to retire by the age of 35. He had already said that. So
That
I'm
nigga ain't
he gonna
thinking
take
like
this
shit,
fight.
bro. He got exposed badly. He exposed himself badly, and then Spence did him dirty. He in the coffin right now,
I
dog.
think he gonna take this David fight, Spence fight, and then retire. Watch. He's just trying to get 2 bags. That's all.
He'd be lucky if Al come back around and deal with him, bro. The
Spence
only
still got- they still got though.
hope that he got is that Spence did say he wanted to spin the block on him.
They ain't closing
The only hope he got,
negotiations
bro.
yet. The negotiations are still open. They ain't closed yet.
Man, they not fucking with Crawford no more, man.
The only way that they will is because
Spence
Spence really
said,
wants that
look,
fight, bro.
if Spence fights Thurman, he gonna scratch their back. They gonna scratch
Yeah.
his back. They've been wanting him to fight Thurman.
Right.
So Spence
And I've
gonna
said
be.
that.
So
And I've said that, but at the end of the day, does Terence Crawford really want the fight? We
Right,
keep
that's what it
talking
comes
about,
down
oh
to.
man, Spence gonna spin the block and Spence want this.
Yeah.
And
you
Spence
know
want
something,
that.
Key? At
You
first, I
can't
didn't
make
think he
that
wanted
man
it.
get in the ring. He cannot make Terence
At
Crawford
first-
get in the ring.
At first, I thought Terence was ducking and he didn't want it. And so I seen that live. The nigga
What
just
does the
ignorant.
live tell you?
The
What the
shit.
live from
told
that
me-
live that I didn't see?
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you right here, brother. That live told me that Terence is after the bag. He was ready to fight Spence for that 25 million. And see, when he's sitting there talking about Spence ain't a boss, and he talking about he a boss and everything. See, Crawford, he got his mind confused. See, he thinking sitting there getting a $25 million check, that makes him a boss. But when in actuality, he got that check with 0 guarantees because you have a chance to make more than 25 million. See, he realized that now because you know he's always operated off guarantees. You're not a boss. if
Why do
somebody
you
gives you a
believe?
check.
Why do you believe that the 25 million is real though, Upper?
No, I'm talking
Why
about.
do you believe that shit?
No, I'm saying he believed it because he was trying to sell the fight. Now,
But he
look,
don't believe it. If he believed it, he would have told Spence where the money was coming from, bro.
no, hey, look, I think he couldn't tell where the money was coming from because he knew
Why
Spence
not?
wasn't with it. I bet ESPN is one of the people that wanted to buy the fight because you see they so heavily invested in the fight right now. They steady talking about it. If you got
Man, I believe that shit was
listen,
cap.
bro,
I believe he was
bro.
lying his ass
Bro,
off.
let me
Wasn't no
finish this real quick,
25
bro.
million, none of that shit, bro.
Bro, let me finish this
He
real
was
quick. Check this
using
out.
that shit as a
When
negotiation
you got the Earl
tool.
Spence,
That's what he was doing.
look, you
Tell
can
him again,
sell
Coach.
Earl. Bro, y'all hold on for 1 second. You can sell Earl Spence and Terence Crawford to anybody. The Zone will buy that fight. Once they got everybody signed, 50 mil ain't shit because you'll make that shit back off the damn off the damn sponsors. And all you gotta do is sell 200,000-300,000. That's gonna make that back. Not to mention the gate and all the revenues, the venues. That's $100 million plus fight, bro. So people would love to buy for 50 mil. Got everybody signed, sealed, and delivered.
Man, let me tell you
Okay,
something.
so let me respond to that, bro.
Let me
Let
say
you
this real
catch these
quick.
supers, bro. Let me respond.
Hold on, let me say this real quick, and then let me read this super chat, and I'm gonna let you get on it. Right. One thing I want to say is I don't believe he wants to fight. All that, I do believe that Errol Spence is gonna try to spin the block on him, like he said. We'll see when Errol Spence announced who he's fighting. If we see Errol Spence fight at 147, we know that he's going to spin the block on Terence Crawford, right? If we see him fight at 154, he just said fuck him and fuck it, all of that, right? Now, my thing is you can't make Terence Crawford fight. I don't think he wants to fight Errol Spence because why? How can you tell me that you want to fight, but you do a whole live stream and you're shitting on Al Haymon? Right? Somebody that you're going to have to turn around and try to do business with. You've been shitting on Al Haymon, ever since you was at Top Rank. And now you're trying to do business with him and shitting on him at the same time. That's showing me that you're doing everything, right, to make them not want to do business with you because you really don't want to fight. If he wanted to fight, he would have went about that whole situation way different. He would have been like, I respect Al Haymon, and this is what happened, and I hope that we can come back to the table and get the business done. You heard none of that from him. So the man don't want to fight. He's positioning himself because he knows he don't want to fight, so he can have an excuse for people to be able to say, oh, well, man, so he can come back and say, actually, oh, man, I was trying to get the fight, but dang, you know what I'm saying? We couldn't get no business done. You couldn't get no business done because of what you did. You don't want the fight. He's sabotaging the fight, right? He's sabotaging the fight so he can have an excuse and a way out. He don't want to fight. Nobody can make me believe that he wants to fight. But I'll let you cook. But let me read these super chats, and I'm going to let Knockout say what he got to say. And then I think OTB was trying to get something in also. My man Zenner360 says, there's no 25 mil. Stop it. Right, man. And then my man Steven Allen says, salute ETB. Terrence played himself. We all see. And I think I missed one more down here. My man Zenner360 says, Bud trying his best to destroy negotiations. Exactly, Zenith. That's how I see it. That's what I see. But
shit, nigga did destroy the negotiations. He ain't trying.
Yeah, he destroyed the shit out of them all, bro.
So knockout.
Let me say this.
Go ahead, let money go. Go ahead, bro.
Like Key was saying, bro. Everything is just point towards Terence Crawford figuring out a way for damage control. And I think OTB hit it on the head, right? The Virgil Ortiz fighters out there, which Virgil, he know he can beat Virgil. Virgil's a hell of a fighter, but right now with Virgil being young and Virgil not being defensive sounded like he is, he know he can beat Virgil. He know that's a good ass fight, right? So he know he got a couple fights out there that can make him a couple dollars that don't have to be Errol Spence, right? He already look at him and his accolades as I'm a Hall of Famer already. He can't stop saying that shit every fucking 5 minutes. Like we don't know what the fuck you accomplished in the boxing game, right? But like I always say, accolades and that shit don't put asses in the seats, right? He like to use that shit. I'm pound for pound number one. That don't mean shit. You ain't getting a check for it. I'm a 3-division world champion, 4 undisputed current WBO. It ain't adding up to the pay-per-view numbers, right? So of course you go get the recognition from us hardcore fans as being one of the best fucking fighters. Nobody's taking that away from you, right? But like we always say, it's a lot of fighters in the Hall of Fame that people won't even know that's a fucking Hall of Fame. A Hall of Fame can be sitting right next on the side of your motherfucking ass, and you won't even know what the hell he is. So it just come down to the point where he don't have that it factor, bro, and that's what he want. But he don't know how to go back getting that shit, and he don't want to put the work in to get it, bro, because he's been pampered with those motherfucking C+ fighters and B- fighters to where he look good in the ring, and that's what he want to continue to fight, and that's why he happy with the motherfucking Avanesians and what's gonna come next after that. Then once in a while you'll get a name that's on the way out the door, and you'll go do your thing on his ass, and people say, well, he beat him better than so and so. You know what I'm saying? And he let that shit get to his head, bro. But right now, man, I would keep, bro. The dude don't want to fight, bro. Him, Bomac, they sitting up there, they trying to make their little best chess moves and to make every little dollar they can. Right now, they chasing the bag right now because they know they probably on their way out the game. They goddamn.
But you know.
Hold on, let me get in, bro. Like, so this is what I'm saying, bro. And I agree with both of y'all. And this is what I was gonna say when I heard it, bro. We gotta stop with the 25 million shit, bro. We gotta stop believing that shit, bro.
No, I'm not talking. No,
at the end of hold on, bro. Let me
you gotta let him cook.
Let me go, bro. We gotta stop. Like when he said that shit, everybody should call cap on that. At the end of the day, Errol Spence called him out on it multiple times. He never said, look, I ain't interested in that shit, or I couldn't take that shit. He simply told the man multiple times who putting up the money, where is it coming from? And the man won't answer the question. Now, people tell me, knockout, that ain't none of your business. All right, cool. I ain't tripping. Bro, that's Errol Spence's business, though. Who the hell in their right mind, bro? If you go read this man tweet, this man said, I told you what it was, told you I had the money. You didn't call, you didn't pull my card, though. Who do business like that? Who the hell, like, literally think up in their head, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call them up, tell them I got the 25 million, not tell them where I got it from, and tell them let's meet up so I can tell them. Bro, are you making a drug deal, bro? Are you worried about the feds tapping your phone, dog? Like, who does multi-million-dollar business like that, bro? And y'all and people are sitting up here literally acting as if there's some way that shit could be true. Bro, he lying, dog. This man is calling Al Haymon charming, calling him a good man, saying that he's good people, while allowing Bernie the Boxer to disrespect him to the fullest, bro. This man is a walking contradiction.
Oh,
Everything that he say, bro. So when we say he had the 25 million and shit, nah, bro, he didn't have no 25 million. This man was lying, bro.
but this is what I'm saying, knockout.
He
This is
don't
what
want
I'm
to
saying
fight,
about
man.
it. This
He
is what
does
I'm
not
saying.
want to fight. The only hope that we have is Errol Spence wanting to fight, and they making him an offer to where he's in the corner and he gonna look like a complete duck. There's no way to save face. He can't get a bag nowhere else, and then he'll take the fight because that's the only bag that he can get. But as long as he got an option, what he showed me this whole year, as long as he got an option, we ain't getting this fight, bro. If somebody come with something else, we're not getting the fight because he don't want that smoke that he claimed that he been wanting all these years, bro. He never really wanted that shit. It's easy to talk. It's easy to talk like you want smoke. But then when paperwork get in front of your ass and the shit get real, we saw what it really was. I don't care what nobody tell me, bro.
All right, let me
All I
say it
know
real quick, knockout.
that he had. All I know is that he had. I'm done after this statement. All I know is that he had 2 contracts in his face. He had a black pen and he had a motherfucking blue pen. He had a contract in his face where he could have signed with the black pen. That shit had Errol Spence on it. That shit had the ability to be the first man ever to be undisputed in 2 separate weight classes in the 4-belt era. He had that contract. Then he had another motherfucking contract that had David Avenesian on that bitch. Or as Key would say, he got the best nickname for this nigga. David, I've been sneezing on that bitch for a voluntary defense against a guy that got his ass knocked out by a guy that you already knocked out. Those were his 2 options. The nigga chose to fight David Avenesian. End of story, bro. He a duck. He don't want to fight.
Right. Now, what I was saying is, dude, I've done made plenty of videos about thinking Terence Crawford was a duck and all that, and I still thought he was a duck. But then I thought about it when I listened to what they said. See, sometimes people say stuff without what they saying. All right, when he first sat there and said, he said, I got 2 hedge fund guys that want to buy the fight. See, right there, it made me think that all Crawford care about is money. Like Bob Arum said, he just care about money. He don't care about who he fights, it's about the money. He didn't want Earl to get more money than him. So he felt like if I can get the fight sold for 50 mil, then we both get 25-25. Earl said, what happens to the back end? He was like, well, here, they gonna split that 80-20. Al sat there and said, why would you want to cap yourself? I ain't letting nobody touch this fight. Bud I'm right. This is what I'm saying. Kinahan could touch that fight, but I'm not saying that. But it's plenty of people that will buy that fight. ESPN will buy that fight. But see, the thing is, he's selling themselves short. You don't sell a fight of this magnitude for no $50 million. And see, after they said they weren't gonna do it, in his mind, he felt like, man, they trying to fuck me. Like, because he's not used to getting money like this. He said he a boss, but he's not used to seeing the type of money that Al and the PBC and them guys get. So he thinking 25 million, I ain't never got that much in my fucking career. And he feel like they trying to fuck him on some sucker shit. Because like Earl said, I didn't have no guarantee. They were betting on themselves. They was being bosses. They was going out there to put the fight in. That's why he was hollering about no guarantee in the percentage. See, Crawford ain't used to not getting no money up front. He's used to getting his thing and somebody paying him. That's the difference between getting a purse and getting a bag, like bruh said. And so he started looking for something different because he felt like they was trying to fuck him. That's why he was trying to see every damn thing. Yes, I know Crawford can't beat Earl. I know he's laking on it. But now so many people that have been on that nigga ass. Like, if you look at the Twitter, I've been on that nigga ass, breaking this shit down, cussing his ass out and shit. But see, he didn't realize that you got a chance to make more than that bullshit that you talking about with your 35%. And I just feel like now he know everybody on him. He ain't got no choice but to fight Spence. He got to.
Well, upper echelon. Let me say this, man. Let me say this, right? It's not his fight to go shop.
I know that's
right?
what I was saying.
That is you can't say, oh well, I'm gonna take this fight and I'm gonna go shop this fight. How are you gonna shop a fight? It's not your fight to go shop. You're the B-side. You're not in control of shit. He can't take a fight from Showtime or Fox or whoever PBC was dealing with, right? You cannot take a fight that is their fight and say, okay, I'm gonna take the fight, I'm gonna take the fighter, and I'm gonna shop the fight. You're not in control of shit.
That's a negotiation tactic.
Is accept the offer that they give you or don't accept it.
And see, that's why I said
you to take the fight and shop shit.
Man,
Yeah, that's a
that's all a
negotiation
bunch of bull.
tactic.
But that's why I
That
think he
that
will
you
fight
use,
because he was
but
willing
that
to
shit
stop the
work when
fight.
you
I know he
buying a
can't stop
car.
it.
That shit cool when you buying a car.
Yeah.
But you can't go buy a house and say, "Oh, well, I found another house that was 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, the same way. That's for this price." They don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know it's bullshit.
Like,
But
man, that's a
the fact
modern
that he was willing to
ass.
do it though. The fact that I feel like if they pay him enough, he will fight the fight. I hope he'll fight the fight. Shit, it'd be a bad day in
The
boxing
only
if he don't
reason I
fight that
won't
fight.
Upper
say
echelon.
he
Upper
don't
echelon.
want the fight
Yeah, brother.
is
Let me say
because
something, bro.
go ahead, coach.
Do you not understand? This is what people don't understand. You're not going to know if they fucking send you. If I send you a paper right now, for example, right, and I tell you, okay, you're gonna get the 35% from the door. You're gonna get 35% from the concession stands. You're gonna get 35% of the fucking the sales of t-shirts, whatever paraphernalia. You're gonna get 35% of the fucking pay-per-views. You're gonna get 35% of the fucking door. All right. So now, what else is there to fucking show you? I can't give you exactly what you're gonna make because the fight ain't happened yet. And this is what open the books to what, nigga? Open the books to what? They're gonna show you what your percentages is coming from. That's all they gotta show you. And you too scared to bet on your fucking self, which is retarded because every time Errol Spence fight, they fucking come out in the black. It makes no sense for this nigga to do what he did and go take a fight for. I don't think he's getting $10 million. I'm just telling
Nah,
you.
he ain't gonna give me like 3.5. But coach, that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all telling me. I said I know all this. I know all this. But the way that he got it explained to him.
But we know a lot that you be saying too. So it's like if the shit is going around in circles, what we saying that the
No, what I was saying, but they broke it down to him. They broke it down to his dumb ass. So now I'm hoping maybe since they done broke it down to his dumb ass the other day, maybe it finally clicked in his goddamn head. Like, look, this was the situation. Because I really believe the motherfucker didn't know what happened.
Bro.
In his head, because I don't believe he wants to fight.
If it clicked in his head, he wouldn't be talking about Earl and them the way that he doing. Bro.
This is the point,
Go
bro.
ahead,
This all
And before you say that, money, real quick, we said, hold on. But before you say that, money, real quick, right? We keep saying 35%. We got the 35% from where? We don't need. He probably could be getting more than 35%.
Yeah.
He could be getting 40%. He could be getting 45%. Because all we know is that Steven Espinoza said, "Oh, he's going to be making very close to 50%."
So there you go.
We don't even know if that 35 because Crawford never said that he was only going to get 35%. He never said that. He didn't even say what percentage they was offering him. So we don't know. Has EJ told you anything about what percentage that Bud was getting?
No, we never said nothing about the percentage, just a little higher. And Bud never, he told him if he dropped the draft, everything was in the draft. But I don't think the percentage was in it, but he didn't want to drop that draft for a reason.
And I think it's probably more than 35%.
Probably about 45%.
I ain't hearing that non-disclosure shit because y'all communicate.
Ain't no non-disclosure.
I'm sure they got a non-disclosure about them two communicating.
Let me get this super chat. Let me get this super chat in. My man Zenith 360 salute. He says hedge funds with 50 mil have to file publicly. So why was it a secret? He said they got to file publicly. So why was it a secret? He says, and Bud had seen Wilder paid over 25 mil. So it's not about money. The man has told us for years he don't want to fight. Believe him. Yeah, you got to believe what he said because
he don't.
Told us
he
over
don't.
And over again. I don't want to fight.
After all of that, y'all, why would you still entertain it? Like, why would you still entertain that shit?
And then Rachel, and salute to Rachel, the Queen Rachel Donaire. She says, gentlemen, BLK Prime can assumedly only collect on the pay-per-view because the promoter of she says because the promoter of record isn't going to put his license down and pay for the venue without profit. Yeah. And so here's Rachel right now, and she's going to explain exactly what she's saying. How you doing, Rachel?
Hi. I don't have much time.
Rachel.
Afternoon, guys. Yeah, so I think like we keep having these like discussions off of like, oh, how are they going to recoup and stuff like that, but people keep forgetting that, the guaranteed purse coming from a streaming service. For example, Steven Espinoza does not get gate. Why? Because Steven Espinoza is not the promoter. The promoter has to put up for the event, licensing, the general insurance, umbrella insurance on top of that, event insurance on top of that, and then sell the event. And so he would get the profit from the gate. So if the gentleman that wants to redo the numbers of just the pay-per-view, I think last time I checked, it was like they had to, for just Terence Crawford, 10 million, they would have to like have like what,
That ain't gonna.
667,000 pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, they done. They done.
God damn. Oh, you say 600, Rachel?
They
I
done.
don't know. Well, can you take out the calculator? So if it's $39.95,
So it's $40 a shot.
I think it's like
40 a shot.
300.
That's why we
40,
said, Rachel,
yeah.
he's not getting $10 million. That's some bull
What
crap
is
that
it?
they
So 40.
Philly.
So $40 the pay-per-view times what?
He gonna need 25. Damn, woohoo! 100,000 is motherfucking 4 mil. So he gonna need about
It's over 300,000.
250,000. He need 250,000 for 10 million. That
Mhm.
ain't gonna happen.
And they still have to pay Avenesian.
I think they're
And
gonna
the
find
undercard.
That
And
Avenesian
the
was making a
undercard.
big purse.
What about the undercard as well?
Well,
Yeah, because there's somebody
technically,
from Cincinnati on there.
yeah, they have to. They're gonna have to pay for the entire undercard. I mean, so
They
not just that guy.
might use local people for the undercard or something. Then
All I know
Possibly.
is that he not getting $10 million. I think that's a lie. That's being told. I don't believe it.
Well, let's just say you do get the 10 million, right? So what they gonna do? They gonna go in the red to please Terrence Crawford. What they think that's like? That's not exposure, bro. That's not putting your company out there in the best position, right? Because now y'all want to throw money around and take a loss just to say, oh well, we had Terrence Crawford on our platform, and you didn't make.
unless
Hold on, up. You didn't have the right. You didn't make the money, so now when these fighters come to y'all, so what y'all go overpay every fighter that come to y'all to try to, to get exposure on the platform. Because if you get Terrence Crawford 10 million and that shit drop, and now y'all talking about y'all going for names bigger than Terrence Crawford, what the hell y'all got to pay them? I mean,
Man, that's
shit-
bull crap, bro. They not paying Terrence Crawford.
hey,
Business is not in business to lose money, bro. They
what?
not they
Go ahead,
not
Coach.
doing. They not paying Terrence Crawford no $10 million. I don't care what nobody say. I think that's a bunch of
Hey,
baloney.
Coach. What if they doing a 2-fight deal so they can be a part of the What if they trying to do a 2-fight deal for Terrence? They do this right here, so they'll be able to represent Terrence on the fight with Earl. You know,
They
they try to
can't
do that like
represent
that.
Terrence on no fight with Earl.
I mean, if they sign Crawford for this, how we know what they signed?
Al ain't involving nobody else.
And not no streaming app. That ain't gonna happen. You might as well
Okay.
forget about that. They don't want to do business with the zone. So how you think they're gonna do business with
But you know, Earl needs.
BLK Prime? Come on, man.
So if they represent Terrence Crawford and they come in as his lawyers and his people, you don't think they can try to damn talk nothing into it or nothing? If he
All I
signed
can
a deal with them, that's his managers.
I can tell you right now, Terrence Crawford is not getting $10 million for this fight.
Oh, I know that.
I think that's a bunch of baloney.
Did I hear correctly that the tickets are going on sale
Yeah.
on Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because the promoter on record walked the paperwork. Oh God, it was either late last week or early this week. I'm confusing my dates now with all this baloney. They walked the paper to Nebraska, so that means that Nebraska has to license them as a promoter to be able to throw events there. The commission has to accept them after they put in their application, and then that's the license that they're going to use to throw the event.
Well, like I said, they're not giving Terrence Crawford no $10 million. They trying to use that to try to make to save face for Terrence Crawford. He is not getting no $10 million when you get, and then you paying Avenesian a couple million too, and you got to pay the undercard. Man, no way, no
They
way.
said that Avenesian is getting by far the biggest payday of his career too. They said they're paying him mills.
Well, I can tell you right now,
Doesn't make
they're
no
not gonna
sense.
make their money. They're gonna go back. They're gonna go in the red. There's no way that that's gonna happen, bro. I'm just telling y'all. I think that's a bunch of foolishness to save face for Terrence Crawford. I do not believe it. And then you gonna go and take this fight to try to get this money. I mean, either way it go, he gonna get his money because it's guaranteed, right? But that company is gonna take a loss. I told y'all this before. They're gonna take a loss. They're gonna take a loss on the pay-per-view because first of all, it's an app. Second of all, him and Errol Spence basically have the same fan base. Now, you like I said before, you have those guys who are extremists. You have the ones who are extreme Terrence Crawford fans, and you have extreme Errol Spence fans. But they basically have the same fan base, and the problem is everybody is very, very pissed off at Terrence Crawford. Nobody wants to see this fight against David Avenesian. Nobody. So nobody's gonna pay for that, bro. You went from the biggest fight in boxing to, oh, I'm going to fight this club fighter. That's basically what you're doing. And I no disrespect to David Avenesian, it is what it is, but he's not an elite fighter.
Johnny Q said that they reporting that he getting $6 million.
Man,
So you got 16 million you got to make up and surpass. It's not happening.
It allegedly, right? It never allegedly just be the main event, not even the undercard.
I don't know who my boy is in business with, but this is not very smart.
Man,
that's all I know.
Them people laundering for motherfucking El Chapo if they give that type of money away.
Man, and I will say this: the fighter that's fighting on that card from
Rick Glacier was
Cincinnati
supposed to be signed to them as well. So we see why he's doing all that.
Say what happened about Rick Glacier? Would you run it back?
He supposed to sign to BLK Prime. He supposed to be working for them now.
This is a shit show. They got him working for them. Oh, this gonna be a shit show.
I will say, boy, the fighter that I know that's fighting on that card, he calling out spars. He just flew out spars today and tomorrow. He's gonna be flying.
Who fight on the card? Who fight on the card to me?
My homie Hill welterweight. Y'all remember when I said I had to commentate? I was commentating my first fight the week of the Errol Spence fight, and you guys, the fighter that was fighting on there was my homie Bubakar Akisilla. He a 12-0 welterweight from Cincinnati. And he flying out spars all this week.
He did what?
He started flying out spars today.
Sparring partners.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Also, you guys were saying that it's a guaranteed purse from BLK, right?
That's what they're saying. Allegedly, yeah.
Hold on. Where's my screen?
Also, Rachel, they're claiming that Terrence Crawford, right, already has his money. They already paid him, and I'm like, okay, where do they do that at? I thought that fighters get paid after they fight.
Hey, when I seen he was flying out spars, bro,
fight.
That's what I said. Like, ooh, you gotta pay for sparring.
But Rachel, Terrence Crawford and his people, they're on one of his dudes, one of his best friend, that's one of his assistant trainers. They said, "Oh, we already got the money in the bank. They already paid us." So yeah, I don't believe that, but that's what they're trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. The commission has to oversee that, and then they file it within the stuff, and then you have to sign for it after the fight. So,
right. Usually the fighters get their checks right after they fight, like when they go in the back and they got to sign the check and do all of that. Correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Right. So all of a sudden, I guess they're just changing the way the boxing game is changing because of Terrence Crawford all of a sudden.
Now the boxing game is changing because BLK Prime is in the building now. They doing everything different. They the boxing, right. They the savior of boxing now. So everybody BLK.
Remember last time we heard this shit, the Zone was saying they was about to change boxing, and look where they at.
But DAZN was in business before it came around. Like, it was streaming in the other countries, just not here. They wanted to make a splash in the US. There's a difference. BLK Prime has, with their, I don't know where I found it, but basically with their suspended FTB, any and all contracts can actually be voided because of the back taxes that weren't filed in 2019 and paid for since 2019. So that's why they have a suspended license.
So you saying that BLK Prime have a suspended license already?
Business license, yeah.
Business license, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is, I don't know. I'm gonna just sit back and see what happens because it's already not looking good. Let's sit back and see what happens. And then they signed Adrian Broner to a 3-fight deal, a 3-fight, $12 million. They signed Adrian Broner 3 fights, $12 million.
Another big mistake.
And he's saying that all his money is guaranteed also.
Another big mistake, right?
Now y'all happy if that's true? I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, TBS, we not worrying about nothing you talking about. You old Terrence Crawford fanatics, man. Y'all going over there. Y'all ain't said nothing about the fight. Y'all ain't put no fire to that, man. Y'all just clapping y'all hands, stumping y'all feet. The boy Travion is up there on your show talking about, oh, it ain't no 35-65. I tell you that now.
Okay.
I tell you that now. With no facts behind nothing. So if y'all ain't gonna hold that man feet to the fire, I'm not trying to hear nothing you talking about.
So you said that Terrence Crawford nephew said that
give a damn what you're saying neither.
It's not 35. The percentage that Bud is going to get way more than 35%.
It's not no 35-65. I'll tell you that right now. That's the nephew, right? That's a fact. Come on,
right?
Now.
Okay, so why they don't get on here and explain? Only thing I just want any one of these fanatics of Bud Crawford to answer: why is he fighting David Avenesian? Okay, you're not fighting Earl. Let's just leave Earl all the way out of it. Can anyone explain to me why he keep on picking guys that we know he's gonna beat?
Well, he claimed in that it's not even an interview in the live that it was given to him. He didn't have a choice.
Well, I don't believe that because there's fighters who are number one in different divisions that he could have fought and gave the fans. If you're not gonna take Errol Spence, right? If you're not gonna make that fight, why you continue to take these fights with lesser opponents? And since you've been at 147, you had one fight with an elite fighter. We know Kell Brook was done, right? But you're gonna fight Sean Porter was the best win at 147 pounds. Every other fighter that he fought, we knew he was going to win. It wasn't 50-50. It wasn't even close. But you go from Errol Spence to a David Avenesian when Jerron Booth Ennis is right there. He's right there. You got Virgil Ortiz. He's right there. Bozy Ennis said it. He said it out his own mouth. If they would have called us, we'd have took the fight. No problem. No questions. They wouldn't even have to pay as much money as they paying David Avenesian to fight Boots Ennis. That's how bad he want to fight. But you continue to give the fans mediocre, not even mediocre fights. This right here is not even a mediocre fight. You continue to steal money from the fans and not fight the best fighters that's available. If you're not going to fight Errol Spence for under,
but you got to understand, y'all got to understand that if he was willing to fight Jerron Boots Ennis, well, then he would have been willing to fight Errol Spence.
Right.
It's not. It ain't. He's not. He's showing that he's not willing to fight the top level of competition unless it's career or unless it's retirement money that they give him.
But look at Errol.
He's like, okay, I got enough money to where I don't even got to fight no more. Win, lose, or draw. That's his whole thing. To me, he's showing everybody that he's protected his record. He always talks about his legacy. And I've done this, and I'm undefeated, and I've done this. And he's protecting that. I don't care how many wins and losses you have on your record. That's just me personally. But I don't give a fuck if you have 10 losses, 11, 12. I'm looking at who did you fight? Who did you fight?
Look at this, Keon.
If you fight the best, you're going to lose.
Keon, but look at this. Okay, that's all fine. You want to keep on fighting these guys that nobody really know. But now look at on the other side. How can these guys hate Errol Spence so bad when all he do is fight elite fighters? That's all he do.
Because boxing fans don't respect that no more. All they do.
Let me say this after you, Key. Go ahead.
all they do is look at, if he's undefeated, right? And then if you're going up against another undefeated, they go by who they like. They don't care about who you fought and what you've done to get where you that's why I'm saying, man, that undefeated shit and all those accolades. Yeah, Terence Crawford has a lot of accolades, but beating Julius Ndongo to become undisputed because Julius Ndongo messed around and had 2 belts, that ain't great to me. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that, yeah, he has the accolades, but have you fought the best? Win, lose, or draw, have you fought the best? No, he hasn't. So I don't really care about all them accolades if you're not fighting the best competition. And then when you have a chance to fight the best competition, you're still not doing it. And he gets on his live and say, a Jerron Booth Ennis or a Virgil Ortiz fight wasn't presented to me. You just told me you was your own boss. So if you're your own boss and you out here moving and trying to get all these big deals, why didn't you try to go see what was up with Jerron Booth Ennis or Virgil Ortiz? No. You jumped when you heard David I've been sneezing or whatever his name is. You jumped when you heard him because you looked him up and you said, this is an easy win. Yeah. This is great. This is an easy win. And whatever they paying me, I'm willing to take it because I know it's some easy money.
Think of it like this too, kid. When Blue came on, I remember saying, they trying to get into the game and they want to be the face of the promotion, right? So, if we go talk to Jerron Booth Ennis, then we got to talk to Showtime, and then they're running the show. And damn well Golden Boy go run the show. If you come, why ain't gonna say run the show before us? They coming over, right? So they want to try to put their name out there and make it look like, it's BLK Prime and it's what we doing. They want to make it about their movement, their promotion, their app. So if you go to Golden Boy, it's not going to be on no goddamn app. You know what I'm saying? Or you probably could take it to the app depending on what it is. But if you go to Jerron Booth Ennis, Showtime not going that goddamn way with Booth. If we got Booth fighting on motherfucking Showtime, getting more exposure, right? Golden Boys with the zone, they locked in with the zone. So they got an app already that's put the work in. They took their bumps and bruises. So now they here to stay, right? So then you come to these motherfucking BLK Prime, they talking about they want to run the show. You know what I'm saying? It's different business, bro. You're dealing with different screwed up businessmen, and they know that the shit that they probably pulling over with a David Avanesian and $6 million would sound like bullshit. Ain't no way in here they paying that man no $6 million.
Hell no.
That's just redundant. That's just you could have got Keith Thurman. You could have got you could have for $6 million. You talking about David Avanesian? Man, I would applaud David Avanesian. I would take a $6 million ass whooping. You feel me? So if that boy wouldn't got shot for $6 million. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him in the first place because he's doing what he's supposed to do.
And he's not very good businessman either.
Pull out of this fight where I was getting 6 figures, probably not even 6 figures, a high five, and not to come and get 7 figures. That's a fucking no-brainer. You're supposed to do that type of shit. So at the end of the day, bro, like I say, December 11, go tell it all. If that fight take place, December the 11, go tell it all. Just like I said, when Errol Spence speak, it's go tell it all. They ain't gonna be able to get away with this shit too much longer, bro.
Ohio Runs Boxing. Salute Ohio Runs Boxing. Great show with you and OTB, man. Y'all was up there cooking earlier, man. I enjoyed that. But
is that Kwame down there?
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Kwame, what's happening with it, Kwame?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I'm just listening to you brothers cook, man.
Kwame, tell your co-host to get on here and quit running his mouth in the chat.
Who you talking about?
Ain't TB your co-host?
Nah, man. That's my people, but that's not my co-host.
That was your co-host.
But it's like, man, my thing is if the roles were reversed and this was Errol Spence, I'll be saying the same thing. It's not about it. It's not, to me, it's not an Errol Spence and Terence Crawford thing. It's about who is moving and doing the business right and what they're supposed to do and who's wrong. And Terence Crawford, like I said yesterday, man, he's went about this whole situation wrong. But if he whatever money he's getting, get your money. But as far as a boxing fan, right, that we all are, a boxing fan that we all are, he's ruined that fight. That's my biggest problem. He ruined the fight. And it's nothing that Errol Spence really can do to make him get in the ring if he's showing us all the signs of somebody that really don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if I'm selling some shoes, right? If I say, okay, I'm gonna sell these shoes, and I really, really want these shoes real bad, I really don't want to sell them, but I want to bluff to everybody and make it seem like I want to sell these shoes. So Money like, man, I'm willing to buy them. How much you selling them for? And I tell Money just a huge astronomical price that I know he's not gonna jump for. So I say, I'm gonna sell them for $1,000, and the shoes only worth $100. And then Money like, oh man, $1,000, man, you gonna do me like that? And I'm like, yeah, man, I gotta let him go for $1,000. And Money like, okay, cool, man, I'll go ahead and buy him for $1,000.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh shit, man. But all right, man. Let me think about it some more, man. Because I seen somebody else and they was actually selling for $1,200. So let me do my research. And Money like, man, I got the money right here. Let me know. Then I call him back and I'm like, nah, man. You know, after thinking about it, man, I gotta let these go for $1,200. And Money like $1,200, man. I looked up the shoes. They only worth $100, but I want them. Yeah, man. I only can get rid of. Got to be $1,200. And Money's like, well, you know what, man? I want them that bad. I'll pay you $1,200. And I'm like, all right, man. Shit, man. Now that I think about it, man. Shit, man. I had my phone in my hand and I was just looking. And man, somebody else, you know what I'm saying? They were selling theirs for $1,500. So man, I'm gonna need like $1,550 from you. Do I really want to sell those shoes? So that's what Terence Crawford is doing. He continues to move the goalposts. So somebody in that position, he can't convince me that he wants to fight. So it's going to be very hard for Errol Spence to make a fight with him. And then now you already shitting on Al Haymon. You steady coming out and you sabotaging his name. You don't want to fight, bro. You just don't.
So knowing that,
Always one of the ones, and me and Money were always one of the ones consistently that was arguing with people. And we were going back and forth with people that would say that Terence Crawford didn't want to fight. I was like, no, Terence Crawford wants to fight. Like both of them want to fight. And I was always with Terence Crawford in that stance that I felt that he wanted to fight. But now how everything is played out, I can really see that he doesn't want to fight. He don't want to.
Keon, you know when I knew Terence Crawford didn't want, when it really sunk into me when Terence Crawford didn't want to fight, when he was on the Porterweight podcast leading up to this fight, and Sean Porter was like, yo, there's certain fights you just get up for. And he was like, I think he said Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, I got up for those fights. He says, does this Errol Spence fight do that for you? And he said, nah. I don't need him because I'm gonna go to the Hall of Fame anyway. I was like, bro, who says that going into the biggest fight in the sport of boxing? Who says that? And it's true, man. He's just trying to protect, the legacy that he already has. He's constantly talking about going to the Hall of Fame, and he's content with his accomplishments. And that's cool. Those are his accomplishments. But the reality of it is, boxers are remembered by legendary matchups and legendary fights, legendary opponents. You have to give people like Danny Garcia and Sean Porter more credit in boxing than you got to give Terence Crawford, because they got in there with guys that win, lose, or draw. They got in there and they fought these guys, it's just a disappointment, bro.
No Nito Donaire, Rachel on the plate.
Yeah.
Like, look at everybody he's fought. Win, lose,
Right.
or draw.
A draw.
All boxing fans respect him to the fullest because he went in there and fought everybody.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Bro, nobody thought Nonito was gonna be Victor Chan, bro, when he hooked his
Nobody
ass.
did.
Hooked his ass.
Well, and to that point, Nonito, he understands his lane, right? There's no reason he shouldn't grow, but he understands his lane. He knows what he's good at. He knows he's good at knocking out people. He knows he's good with his fists. And when he comes into my side of the career, which outside of boxing, I lined him up with something that was a graphic design, and his intellectual property. They failed to sign his intellectual property over. And he asked me, he goes, "What's my salary for this?" And I go, "Yeah, you're not about to ask for salary." And he's like, "What? He's like, the money." And I was like, "You're tripping." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "We're going to go back into this negotiation and you're going to watch." And when we went back in with the CEO, I was like, he created everything for you, for your marketing, your website, your product, everything. I was like, so And he goes, well, how much do you want? And I said, well, how much has been infused into your company? He said, X amount of millions, right? Because I already knew that. And I said, okay, what I want is I want stock. I want equity dollars for Nonito. And it's put into a holding company. I was like, and he goes, okay, stock. Okay, that's good. Okay, we'll write out those paperworks. I go, wait. Make sure you make it founder stock. And so we walk out of that meeting. I'm happy. Nonito's confused. He's like, we didn't walk out with a check. I was like, you want generational wealth, or do you want money right now to go spend and go shopping? I was like, because now you're part owner of that company and you're not just a regular stockholder, you're a founder, which means when they sell the goddamn company, you get paid first, top dollar for all the stocks you own. And he's like, oh. So, it's okay to not to know what to do. All of us learn. I learn on the job all the time in my own career. So, I mean, it's just the fact that you have to surround your people that know and that will call you and tell you, like, hey, dude, I'm not a yes man. I'm going to tell you, like, you might want to look at this perspective differently. I mean, and we're all assuming that this is him wanting to get in the ring. Nonito doesn't right? I've talked to him. He's like, I don't want anything but championship fights, meaningful fights. If Chocolatito, if it, or any of the 15s and 18s. He's like, I'm not here for a warm up. He could have gotten in the ring by December. Richard asked him, and he's like, I don't need a warm up. He's like, well, what am I going to waste my time for? He's like, I'm after legacy, not money.
Facts. Hey, Key, I got a quick question for
my
you.
St. Louis homeboy, Stephon Young, knocked Stephon smooth the fuck out. My sister was mad at me. She said, I jinxed him. Stephon looked like he was doing good in that one round, Key. I'm like, oh shit, Rita, he's looking good. Rita, she said, why is that? So I say looking good, Nonito hooked his ass. Bam! That boy legs was crossed. I say, God damn. She said, why you say that shit? You jinxed him. I say, shit, I ain't jinxed his ass. You just saw the hook.
Keon, I got a quick question.
You for me?
No, I had a question for Keon, but go ahead, Queen.
Okay, no, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go watch my kids go choke some people out and tap them out. So yeah.
Salute to you, Rachel.
Thanks, guys. I'll be down in the chat.
All right, have a great day. What's up, Kwame?
Nonito hooked that boy. I'm sorry, Kwame. Nonito hooked that member was in the tournament, man. I was so happy for Stephon Young, but I was scared at the same time, bro. I'm like, damn, he getting a big opportunity for a world title. Man, that boy was looking good in that one round. That was the best round he was having. I'm like, Rita. Boy, Nonito hooked his ass, bro. That was all she wrote.
Yeah, two quick things, Keon. First thing, like about pound for pound, the whole pound for pound. I know it's an opinion, right? But I've just come to the consensus, and I shared this on Monty's channel the other night, that if you refuse to fight the best, or it's like they say, heavy is the head who wears the crown. If you're the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, you should need a tune-up. Number one, that's me personally, And then number two, how could we rate Terence Crawford above the likes of for instance, like a Jamel Charlo, who's fought champions to become like all champions, top guys in his division, become undisputed. It's like we have to stop giving Terence Crawford a pass on his skills and his potential, his skill potential, because we've never got to see his skills against someone else with elite skills. And then I think Rachel brought up a good point with the story she just brought up, and you could compare that to the whole thing with this investor stuff. It's like, bro, you gotta want to have some type of belief in yourself and to make some real money through getting equity and stuff, and not looking for a guarantee. I don't know Terence Crawford's personal business, but I was always under the mindset that the reason why he re-signed with Top Rank, when people was trying to figure out why he re-signed with Top Rank, was because they had already gave him some money and he felt obligated to do it. And once you become your own boss, they say, employees get paid first, bosses get paid last. And, I don't know, man. It's just very disappointing me because I was really looking forward to this fight.
William Old School, salute.
Kwame, that's why I turned his ass up so bad. Like he said, bro, we was really standing for him, bro. Motherfuckers come on the channel, I'm cussing niggas out, kicking them off the channel, taking them for blood, telling them he want to fight. They just negotiate, bro. This happened in boxing. Negotiations happen, bro. And that's what we get.
Yeah, man. But like I said, I mean, you can understand why a lot of fans like why we pitch, because we can see, you know what I'm saying? We can see what happened, bro. We can see what happened. I don't give a fuck how much you like Terence Crawford. We all, well, I can't speak for everybody, but I know most of us all like Terence Crawford as a fighter.
I'm
Nobody had
Team
no problem
Crawford.
with Terence Crawford up until this shit. Nobody had a problem. Even when people would talk shit about Terence Crawford, right? When I would do my live streams, I was like, man, fuck all of that. Who cares about what happened with what Terence Crawford said in the past and how he said the fight's behind me? I was telling people that. I said that shit don't matter now. Now we're getting the fight. So I don't care about none of that. But me trying to take up for him, that all that shit came to bite me. All that shit came back around full circle on me.
Man, took a whole bite out of my ass, boy. I ain't gonna hold you, man. That shit took a bite out of my channel, my subs. Shit.
Yeah, you know me. You used to go
What's
at it
going
all the
on
time,
with it, Ohio?
OCB.
I'm getting a backlash too, but because I think I go. People would have thought I was from Nebraska as far as I go for Crawford. Y'all know that. People who've been following me know I'm Team Crawford.
You
But
kind of low. Try to speak up. Try to speak up a little because your
can you hear
sound
me?
is real low.
Can you hear me? I'll probably just come back.
Yeah, we can hear you, but you just low.
Okay. But I was saying I've been Team Crawford for the longest. People who know me already know I rocks with Crawford. I just thought with the IG live, it opened up my eyes to a lot of things that was going on. It didn't really make him look good. I think he should have had a PR, to be honest, a PR team that speak for him, man, because there were certain things that I've seen and I was just scratching my head like, no, bro, don't do that. Don't say that. That's how I was reacting to his IG. And it's just devastating. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't talk about. Be careful who you get your information from if you haven't went to the source yourself. Crawford was talking about people is telling him about Al, who only been in the game for about 7-8 years, but got the most grossing fights, has put on the biggest fights in history. But yet you're talking to people who's telling you, watch Al Haymon, be careful. Who are these guys you're talking to? Are they the top guys that Al Haymon is dealing with, or is these guys the ones that had 3 or 4 losses in their career that's not being moved the way they feel? Or I mean, that plays volumes to people's opinions when you're talking to them about somebody else. That got overlooked. That was big to me because that can mess up your bag when you take advice from people who's giving you bad advice.
Who's
Because
bitter, Ohio? Who's bitter?
you know what I mean? And that is really you got to be careful, and fighters need to pay attention to that too. Go find out yourself. I never seen Manny Pacquiao publicly say anything about Al. I never seen Canelo. He smiled. He told DAZN, I was treated well. And what happened when he said that? That changed the negotiations for DAZN. They actually went to pay-per-view as soon as Canelo said it. They couldn't match what Al was doing over there, so they had to go to pay-per-view. What are we talking about here?
Thank you,
So
bro.
it's crazy to me to see him. He did not come to this negotiation in full faith. He came like he was messing with somebody that did him dirty all his life, and I didn't like that. I did not like that approach. I actually said it on the last on my the podcast I was on with my boy Mark that I seen that in the WBC convention where he was trying to get a mandatory to fight Errol, and he's already a champion. And they asked him, "Who is your promoter?" He didn't. He couldn't even have a. You got to have a promoter to try to get those things. He was trying to go around Al just to try to get the fight. So for me, I do think Crawford wanted to fight. He's just going about it the wrong way. He don't want to deal with PBC. He don't want it just to be all about PBC. He want to bring middlemen into this. And we all know Top Rank, Matchroom, I mean, De La Hoya, you name it, they would have never even entertained that type of thought if it's all on them. It's either us or a cross promotion with the other promoters. But that's just my thing, man. I'm really disappointed in that. So, like I said, I'm Team Crawford. I think Crawford. I'm always gonna stand on that. I think Crawford beats Earl. But business wise, it's not. It don't look good on his end, bro. It just don't.
Hey, thank you for being real on how you run boxing, bro, because that's all I'm trying to get out of people, bro. I'm not even mad that you want for all I'm saying is be realistic about the situation, man, and call it for what it is, fam. If Errol Spence would have pulled out of the fucking fight, talking about, oh yeah, I'm going to fight David Avenese, I got $10 million. Man, I would be on his ass, bro. You fight who for what, bro? Like it's just the point about just being realistic. Like fuck the like motherfuckers want to be tit for tat. Just be realistic with the situation, bro, and hold his feet to the fire, bro.
Because you're dealing with cult followers too, and I say that we all see them. We didn't also been. Some of us have been in that situation too. But you got to be able to look at both sides, and I think I did that. But even with the Black Prime, I wish them the best. But they're doing the same thing DAZN did when they first started. They was throwing out money. Like okay, cool. They throwing out money, but what happens? What backfires? That you start getting all these guys on your roster, and y'all got a lot of people coming on. Cool, okay. But then what happens? They stop. They don't even want to fight each other. Y'all done paid all these fighters this bag that came onto your app, and look what the same thing like DAZN. Dimitri signed to DAZN. He thought he was gonna get some fights over there with the top guys. What happened? You can't force fighters to fight each other. So when you just throwing bags and telling them to come onto this app, we about to do this and this, that's not always going. That's not the plan for success because you're not getting a profit back because you're not getting the fights you want. That's why it was smart when Deontay Wilder didn't sign a DAZN, like a lot of people was calling him dumb, because he didn't sign the Matchroom. He signed a DAZN who can't promise him the fights that he wanted. Just because he was signing don't mean he was going to get those fights. We had Ortiz sign with Matchroom, and he still didn't get the fight with AJ. So even if you sign with Matchroom, that doesn't promise you that you're going to get the fight.
And he told him he was going to give him the fight with AJ. As soon as he fought Malik Scott, we seen how that played out. Then he went and fought the White Rhino, right? Dave Allen. As soon as that happened, he knocked Dave Allen's ass out. Eddie Hearn kicked his ass right back off the match.
Right. And then that's what people got to think about it. Stop being so emotional. And that's what I say. Think about it. Wilder not signing with DAZN was smart because, again, he wasn't promised those fights because he jumps over there to those apps and get on. They're not obligated to fight you, especially if they're A size. You know what I mean? So that's the game. So that's gonna be real interesting to see how Black Prime. I'm supporting it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna support Crawford in this with this Black Prime and see what's going on. I'm gonna watch him, and I got some Ohio guys on the undercard, so y'all know how I go. But at the end of the day, I just don't see it really progress. I don't see it really doing anything. And then you talking about apps trying to promote with apps. I don't see DAZN working with Black Prime to make an Ortiz fight in a mandatory. That's gonna be crazy. So it's just I'm interested, but I do think Crawford dropped the ball with this a little bit, and I hated that he went live because there were certain things that I was cringing at because I'm Team Crawford. Y'all know where I stand. That's all I wanted to do, man.
The flash court.
I seen this comment in the comment section, right? And if this is true, shit getting real ugly, bro. He said Brian Peters says Ja Rule and Ashanti has a concert in Omaha on December the 10th. That's the same night that Terence Crawford pay-per-view is supposed to be. He says tickets not on sale yet, and Bud went live to say pay-per-view is dead, and everyone steals fights with fire sticks. Flop coming.
Ashanti and them sold out.
That was true. He shouldn't have said that. I was like, dang, you trying to
get that Ja Rule concert sold out, bro.
Hey, Omaha, man. If y'all go and see Ja Rule before y'all go see Bud,
go see Ja Rule, Omaha. Go see Ja Rule. More entertainment.
Man, y'all better not go.
Go see Ashanti. Go look at that fat ass besides looking at Bud, man.
What's happening, YB? What it do, YB?
Thanks, salute the YB.
They know what's about to happen with that Bud fight, man. He about to beat that dude ass. Even Omaha pissed off, bro. They not happy, bro. They know we turned their ass up. They don't like the way Bud put them out there like that, bro. They not happy about that shit.
Because and the tickets, like I said, the tickets go on sale for Terence Crawford and David I've been sneezing. They go on sale on Monday. So
David I've been sneezing.
Hey, so y'all telling me that Ja Rule and Ashanti has a sold out concert on that same night? Shit looking bad, bro.
Man,
shit looking bad.
That's black. If
I go to as big a boxing fan as I am, if I go to Omaha on December the 10th, I would choose to go to see Ja Rule and Ashanti. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, my homie from the city fighting on the card. I'm
Well,
going
that's
to
different
the
though.
homie, man.
If you got them, your cats from Ohio that's fighting on the undercard, of course you gotta support them.
We gotta support.
But if
Man.
they wasn't on the undercard, would you want to see Terence Crawford fight David? I've been sneezing.
Man, I'm going to see Rain on Me.
Y'all
Right.
crazy. No, I'm a Crawford supporter. I'm not big on the fight, but you know what I'm saying. I'm definitely ain't talking down on David. I've been talking about him the last couple of years that he's been on the hot streak. People down him, but I listen. I don't like to fight based on him fighting. He could have fought Earl, and then when you dropped and fight this, I would have did the same thing to Earl. But here's the thing. I said this before I get off. Even if you say, okay, Crawford fighting David, if Earl fight Stanionis, who wins between David versus Stanionis? Who's going to be favored just between those two opponents alone? And
Stanionis gonna beat the brakes off of him.
Get the drawers off his motherfucking man.
Right,
and
that's just how I look at it, man. So at the end of the day, you know, I hope Crawford is able to maneuver around. I want to see what he's gonna do if Al and Earl don't pursue him, like, because he's talking like he's the A side. I'm gonna fight him, and then I'm gonna come back and deal with the BS offer I got and all this other stuff. That don't make sense to me. How is it if they didn't do you right, you gonna fight David and come right back to the table?
Hey, that's both sides. I said that on both sides, bro. Like shit. I said that from EJ too. You waited 7 months on him. You understand? You about to go into now. You got to fight Keith Thurman, and then you still gonna spend the block and wait on him. Like, you understand? And then his goofy ass talking about some, let him spin the block. I'm going to drop him off. I told y'all, man, this is Al Haymon at his best. I know a Cleveland move when I see one. Man,
well, I love hearing OTB like this. As much as me and OTB battled about Terence Crawford and Spence, boy, you know this. I'm pitching myself right now.
This
Real talk. We gonna keep it 100, man. We ain't gonna. Yeah, I mean, he did some bullshit, and when you, like I told y'all, man, that's that friend who always, goddamn it, do some bullshit, and you can't even defend him. Like it's always one that do some shit that you can't even defend. Like, damn, bro, you did that. Like my homie. Oh shit.
Yeah, Nick J. I think if it's a big time situation. If EJ fight Thurman, then Boots gonna be fighting Stanionis. But this is just gonna come down to the point. Is they gonna be paying Stanionis a little extra money? Because Stanionis gonna be like, listen, man, this motherfucker ain't a big time fight here now. I done moved aside for Ugas. I done moved aside for Bud. You know, I want my opportunity to be on that big stage and be a main event as well. Goddamn.
Yep.
So it's like,
but you know, WBA,
how him and Richard Schaefer, you know, shake that out. But Thurman is the bigger name, bigger person. Stanionis. We'll see.
WBC overstepped that though, because the WBA was supposed to announce Stanionis, but they had a meeting, and the WBA let the WBC bypass Stanionis and make Keith Thurman the mandatory. See, you know they still get 3% of the purse, and they realize Keith Thurman to be a bigger 3% than Stanionis. They might not even have to pay Stanionis step aside money because the sanction body's mandatory this fight.
Yeah, they're working together too. They also said they're gonna start doing that more.
They didn't even have to pay Stanionis step aside money because this is mandatory by the sanctioning bodies. This is not Earl's doing. The sanctioning bodies did this.
Yeah, well, he might get that co-main then, but that's still more money in his pocket still.
Yeah. And I said this too. I would love to see how the negotiations work with Crawford against Golden Boy or Matchroom when it comes to their fighters, and how would that play out?
It'll go quicker. Like, we already know the facts, bro. That shit'll go quicker, bro. Right? When it comes to Errol Spence, we already know the tension that they have.
I don't think so.
I believe it will.
Crawford be asking more because what's his name? Eddie Hearn wouldn't be doing that. Listen, Eddie Hearn dealt with. Remember, Amir Khan went and got $7 million in Saudi.
But let me tell you though, bro, I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna be real, bro. When it comes to Bud will work with another color, right? And y'all know I'm not racist at all. I love everybody, but when it comes to like fucking with Al Haymon, Errol Spence, Bud to go over there and try to put his motherfucker Okay, you guys, I like that, you guys. Okay, that sounds good, you guys. I'll take that, you guys. I'm telling you, bro. It just when it comes to,
You
I'm
say
just
you
being, I'm
switch
just
up.
telling you how I feel, bro. Just how I feel. I think he'll go over there. He'll be more reasonable with them than he gonna be with Al Haymon and Errol Spence, bro. And watch if he get to talking to Oscar. And look, Oscar OCB, you hit a nail on the coffin when you talked about Oscar De La Hoya and that Virgil Ortiz fight. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like
opening the
he
door
gonna
for him.
need he
Tell him,
gonna need
bro.
somewhere to go. Like if he's not dealing with PBC next, after you fight a motherfucking David or whatever the fuck, you're gonna
I've been
need a
sneezing.
name to take you away from that, bro. And Virgil's gonna be sitting right there with something like an scapegoat. Or he went apart Virgil from where? From Dallas. He's the or gonna be the mandatory for the WBO. You got Golden Boy right there because he only a one fight deal. Ain't like he locked in to BLK Prime. He can go right over there. Now I'm doing business with Golden Boy, and we fighting on the zone for the next fight. You see what I'm saying? Florio on the zone as well. So let me follow that way. You know what I mean?
Man, Oscar, let it be known. I'm gonna open the door for you, Terrence.
I love Crawford. I love what
I'm
Crawford
going
did.
to
That boy's
save you.
standing up for Terence Crawford. Terrence, I got you over here, Terrence. Come sign with me, Terrence. Looking
I'm
at
going
Hey,
to
he was about
save
to
you.
fight
man.
three fight deal.
But man, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. I gotta get out.
I'ma holler at you
But
guys,
man,
man.
another great show. It's just like, I mean, if you gonna rock with Terrence Crawford, rock with him. I ain't, to each his own. But I'm not rocking with him no more after all of this shit. I was a Terrence Crawford fan. I have bought all the Terrence Crawford pay-per-views. Money Brown has bought all the Terrence Crawford pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? But this shit right here, nah. It was too much for me. Like I said,
all I'm
now
gonna tell you is I got a switch on this motherfucker. So if you rocking with Terrence Crawford, I'm aiming at the whole house. So if you over there, whoever you is, I don't give a fuck who I hit. I don't care who I hit.
And I got this motherfucking M390 combo money. So it's gonna
Man,
burn the shit up out this over with.
I see y'all,
But
man. It was good talking to y'all, man.
yeah. Salute to you, Ohio, and everybody on the panel, man. Great show. I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna let everybody get a last words real quick so I can get up out of here. Let me see who we got. My man, Money, man. Since you at the bottom on my
Yes, sir.
screen,
Yes, sir.
let everybody know what you got going on. I know what you got going on, but to let everybody know that might not know what you got going on.
Yeah, man, y'all know this still just to turn up the Turnsville Crawford ass kicking, right? I just told y'all the switch is on, more videos coming, more live streams coming. The grind don't stop. You know what I'm saying? And we just putting everything in a proper perspective, man, to everybody get on the same page and understand that Errol Spence ain't the one to blame. Get that man that's just doing his credit for trying to give us the biggest fight in boxing, right? Did everything he had to do. That man was even willing to let that man come out second, bro. This man is the unified champion. He trying to please this motherfucker to get him in the ring. You feel me? Trying to please him, bro. And he over here lying on the man and all this shit. So, we just gonna continue to turn Turnsville Crawford ass up, fam. And that's just what I'm on, bro. I'm just on the turf for Turnsville Crawford. So if you're a Bud fan and you want to stand with him and all that shit, or if you working with Bud or you working with the people that's working with Bud and you got to stand up for him and y'all feel like y'all got to do X, Y, and Z, well, I'm just shooting bullets at the whole motherfucking house. And if you get hit, oh well.
Hey, man, Coach, man, let them know what you got going on, Coach.
Glava Boxing and more. Y'all know where to find me, bro. Yeah, I'm
Apparel coming soon.
yeah. We tweaking it a little bit, make it look a little better, but that's just a little prototype the wife had done up. But man,
If you got anything this Canelo Alvarez, I'm not wearing it.
I don't give a fuck, nigga.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna set it on fire right on my show.
Well, good. Buy one, just buy one. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, Young Billy, man, Young Billy. Oh yeah, we forgot about that too. So you got the Ashanti concert, and you got ESPN Plus having a full card with Teofimo Lopez.
Hey, bro, this gonna be very interesting this
Looking
weekend.
good.
That fight with Bivol and Zurdo, that's gonna be a good fight, bro.
I can't wait to that fight tomorrow, man. I can't wait for that
that's
fight
gonna
tomorrow.
be very
And,
good.
and y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure that y'all go support Young Billy. He out here moving, putting in a whole lot of work, man. I love his work that he's doing. So make sure that y'all go support Young Billionaire Boxing right here on the screen. And also, make sure that y'all support Nick J, the Queens of the Ring. The Queens of the Ring. And I believe they got a show coming up, soon here. Maybe like in an hour or two, they got a show coming up. They got their show every Friday. So go make sure that you check out these ladies because they know they boxing. They know they boxing. And Love Up Boxing and More. If y'all ain't sub to Love Up Boxing and More, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Hey, Money. Who your man fighting next, bro?
Oh shit, my man hand right, you feel me? We can go fight the motherfucking garbage can man and we gonna make big millions, you feel me?
Yeah.
If Bud can get away without amnesia,
yeah, I know. You gonna pull
Bud
one
can get away without amnesia,
man,
if Bud can get away without amnesia, my man fighting champions, you understand what I'm saying?
Your man is fighting bums,
champions,
just like Terence Crawford.
Champions,
we ain't gonna do that. We gonna move on.
Yeah, I know we gonna move on. I'm gonna come on your show and fuck with you tonight, man.
Man, if Canelo would have fought, we moving on, keep up, boy. When Canelo fought that boy, I tore his ass up. Kenyon had to give me up off of Canelo, boy. That's the difference between me and other people, though, man.
Yeah, you just like they got butter holics, you're a Canelo holic. So
Kenyon, did you have to give me up off his ass, Key? Yes or no, bro?
But when he fought the what's the dude name?
Yeah, bro. And I was turning his ass. You like money? They giving him a free bag. I'm like, man, fuck all that free bag shit, man.
Yeah. You get on him a little bit. You got him on him a little bit when he fought.
A little bit.
What was the dude name?
Triple G.
Not Triple G. Rocky Yield him.
Abner Yildirim, bro. I'm on
Amir Khan. Amir Khan.
Yeah, Abner Yield him. Yeah, him.
Yeah, that's stupid.
But OTB, man, let me get your last words and let everybody know what you got going on before we get up out of here.
Man, salute to everybody up here, man. Salute to all of my brothers. Gotta say that, man. I enjoy talking that shit. We got a lot of film about to drop this week, though, man. I apologize about the grand opening that got postponed this week. I had a debate that I was. I gotta give you the new number. I'm about to hit you from the new number, Coach. My bad. I'm about to hit you too, Key, because I damn sure changed my number.
Yeah, hit me.
Yeah, I'm about to hit both of y'all, man. But I appreciate all the growth, man. I appreciate every inch of the support. We about to have a lot of film dropping. We gonna up on the shows. And I'm gonna try and get with Coach this week, man, and see if we can't do this throwback fight of the week for y'all this week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we definitely working, man. And we had a little break, but we about to get back to it now that we done monetized. Be patient with us, throughout the process, because all of these until once we join a partnership with YouTube, so then we in a partnership with YouTube right now. Every one of the approvals from a network is a different partnership, so we gonna try and use them to our advantage where we can. And make sure we don't keep fighting the same battles. That shit insanity.
For sure, man. And make sure once again y'all go sub to OTB Boxing School.
OTB the most ghettoest philosopher I ever seen in my life.
If I ain't no better money, I think money sat on the corner with me at one point in time.
Oh shit. Man, upper echelon, man. What's happening, man? What happened to the college sports and shit?
Yeah, boy, Key, I'm gonna shoot you a couple picks in the morning time. I hit that 10 pick last week. I'm gonna show you that thing right there.
Man, you hit a 10 pick, man. I hit and money. No, I hit 11 out of 12, bro. 11 out of 12.
I hit that 10 pick last week.
11.
But that's my number 12. Now. I'm gonna hit you from
the
that
Dallas
number right
Cowboys
there.
fucked me over. Because I had the Bears at a plus 15, right?
See, I ain't that good at NFL. I be doing that on the college.
Plus 15. Yeah, man. I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna shoot you in the morning, early time before I even start putting them in there.
Okay, I bet.
All right, and y'all motherfucking hit that motherfucking like button, man. This man sitting here giving y'all part of his Friday. I done gave y'all a bit of it, but I'm about to go out and finish with my wife and everything. I be spending too much time on here, not enough with the family.
Yes, sir.
Because I love boxing, nigga.
I'm on the town tonight. Me on the town tonight.
OTB out there, you know what I'm saying, getting reckless. He out there trying to touch him a little something.
Man, I'm going on the town tonight. Going on the town. Yeah.
Hey, I hear you. But man, and Nick J, the queens of the queens of the ring, right? They got their show at 9:30 Central Standard Time, and then right after that, you go see Money Brown TV, doing his thing that he always do. And yeah, man,
Hey,
Money
every
Before
Friday,
you,
bro.
you gonna show the fights tomorrow too, right?
Yes, Saskia, you know it. Every
Man,
Saturday.
man, every Friday, I promise y'all, I'll be leaving one bar listening to Nick J and them. Then I'll be on my way to another bar with Monty Brown on in the car. Motherfuckers be mad as hell. Like, bro, you don't get away from boxing.
Hey man, I'll be out doing the same thing sometimes. I have my little earpiece in for real, moving around. Yep. But man, like I said, great show. Sub to all these channels. I appreciate everybody coming through, showing love. And I can't wait for these fights tomorrow. I might pop up on you, depending on if my kids let me. But we out. Hit the like button if y'all ain't hit it yet. Y'all already know what it is. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone, y'all. Appreciate y'all.